Yes, people, welcome back to the Rams stand. I hope everyone is doing well at this moment. Big news coming out of Liverpool. Big news coming out of Liverpool. Jeremy Jacquet officially done deal. £60 million sterling has signed for Liverpool. Signed for Liverpool after all the news has come out about Leonardo Geertruida, the fact that we missed out on him. Is now a couple of hours later, Fabrizio Romano comes out saying that Liverpool have agreed a term for Jeremy Jacquet to be a Liverpool player in June 2026. Big up everyone. It is a very last minute stream. I appreciate everyone being here at this moment in time. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new. Big up Imran and big up Fozio as well. Big up everyone that is here at this moment. Massive news coming out of Liverpool at this moment in time. Big up Football Gossiper as well. Where do we have to go? We have to start off with the breaking news. I need to share my screen just out of nowhere. Fabrizio Romano right here. Breaking news: Jeremy Jacquet deal done. 60 million euros with 10 million euros add-on for young, exciting, talented centre back Jeremy Jacquet. Agreement done for summer 2026. One of the most talented centre backs in the world. And what can I say? What can I say? If anyone that's watched The Terrace or anyone that's watched my content before has watched me on Copish or on multiple other streams across YouTube, everyone knows that I rate this player. I talked about highly about this player for quite a while. I thought even when Chelsea got him, I was one of the very few people that weren't cussing the football book club because I know how good of a player he could be. And the fact that Liverpool have decided to make the deal a done deal shows that Liverpool are serious. And one of the best things about this player is that he's only 20 years old. Like, the quality's there. You can see it every time he steps on the pitch for Rennes, but you can see the age is there. He shows a lot of tenacity. His ball playing ability, is very good for a player of his age, and it shows as well. I appreciate everyone. Big up everyone that's coming through from Judge Mo's stream. I appreciate everyone that is being here as well. What's everyone's thoughts on Jeremy Jacquet? What are everyone's thoughts on him? Does anyone know about him? Do they think he's an overrated player? Do you think he's just he's more or less a scrub? He's not going to really do anything for Liverpool, or do you think he is going to be a very good centre back for years to come? Big up everyone that is joining into there's 280 people in this chat. Big up everyone that's coming through from Mo's stream. Big up everyone was here already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. On the road to 1,000 subscribers. It is a beautiful evening. Liverpool have finally made a transfer, even though it's not for the short term. It's for the summer. But we made a transfer. We made another transfer, a big money transfer in Jeremy Jacquet. That deserves a like if I haven't heard one. That deserves a subscribe if I haven't seen one as well. So big up everyone as well. Big up Ale. I know nothing about him. That's fair enough, bro. We'll get into the details about Jeremy Jacquet as well. But I appreciate you being here as well. Big up Judge Mo in the building. Like I say, Forza Milan as always. Maldini will always be bigger than Inter Milan. But that's bye to bye. Big up Twinny as well. Great prospect who could be one of the best centre backs of his generation. Depends on if he develops into a central centre back / Virgil replacement for you. That's very big words from Twinny. I know for a fact I've seen a lot of people talk very highly about him. I think he's one of the most up and coming young centre backs in the world. Another French centre back. That's coming through as well. It's just a complete conveyor belt. We got the likes of Konate, Saliba. I know people don't rate him, but Upamecano for France is a different level of player. And now Jeremy Jacquet is on that conveyor belt as well. And it just shows how stacked the French team is. At some point, they need to give away some of their centre backs because just how good they are. Heck, Even people don't even rate him that much, but Lenny Euro is sitting on the reserves for France. That just shows the levels, of how good the French team is. The French centre backs are just stacked position. He's good, and he could replace VVD or Konate, but that's the big question. Because at this moment in time, we're at a point where Liverpool need a centre back to come in at this very moment. We don't have anyone to play at centre back other than Konate and Van Dijk. Joe Gomez is, even though I do rate him as a centre back, he's not fit enough. Never's always fit, always injured at the wrong times. Obviously, Gio Leone is currently out with an ACL, and he's out for the entire season. But like I said, when you talk about the big level of centre backs that he could become, he's definitely up there. I think every Liverpool fan said at this during the January transfer window, regardless of who we get, we still need two centre backs. Ideally, one of them will be younger and a more established centre back to partner with him to come into Liverpool. And on the list of the potential young players who can become great centre backs, he is of that caliber. Only 20 years old. Still got a lot of room to grow, but the technical abilities there on the ball. He's got very good physicality. I think he's around about 6'2", 6'3". Very quick, very strong, as Streets say right here. Big up Streets. From the very little I've seen, very quick and very strong. Exactly. And we all know that Liverpool go for a certain type of player when it comes to centre backs. They have to be of a certain physicality, certain height, and have the ability to have that recovery pace. I mean, you look at Konate. Konate is more or less 6'4", 6'5", and his recovery pace is probably the quickest out of all the centre backs in the world. One of the quickest in the world. I just want to quickly ask. Obviously, we need to touch upon Geertruida, the failed transfer that went in earlier today. What is everyone's thoughts on that? Because when I heard about it, I was a bit like, you know what, I'm not really too bothered about it. I think Geertruida is a good centre back, / right back. He can do a job, but if you're talking about of a certain level that could reach the heights, I just don't think he's of that level. What's everyone's thoughts on that? Because I'm more of the, he's okay, but I don't think he's a real needle mover. If we're going to go into the market for someone like him, I just don't think it's worth it. I'd probably rather go and get someone else on a loan basis if we're going to go and buy someone. That's the real thing. I wonder what's everyone's thoughts on that, on the Geertruida stuff. Because I know a lot of Liverpool fans were not too happy about the fact that we didn't get him as well. But for me, he's just okay. Big up Yards as always. He's talked about Geertruida earlier today. Geertruida would have been a solid signing, but we can get better. But it was only going to be a loan deal, to be fair. That's the thing. All we needed was a loan deal. Like, if you're telling me we're going to spend £25 million on a player like Geertruida, like, look, okay, cool, low profile signing, not a lot of money, could get away with it. But for me, I really don't think he's of that level. And I'd rather, if it was on a loan, I'll be more than happy to take it. But to get him for about £25 million, I just think is a waste. For someone that won't play at all, I just don't think it's worth it, in my opinion. But I may be wrong. But what I'm going to do, because I've spoken too much about Liverpool and himself, I'm going to go through the stats of Jeremy Jacquet, if I can get it on stream. I'm going to get it on screen for you people right now. Here we are. So obviously the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to focus on, let me get that out of the way, focus on the players that he's going up against, or he's in competition with at this moment. So it's Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Konate, and I also added Mark Gay, seeing as though we wanted him last summer. So as you can see, the stats are it's quite interesting, to be honest. It's quite interesting. Obviously, him being a quite aerially dominant player, you can see that his aerial percentage is quite high. To be fair, it's even higher than Virgil van Dijk's. Well, he's just about as high as Virgil van Dijk's, which shows how good of a player he is in the air. But the one thing that stands out for me is the well-roundedness. The only thing that's probably below everybody is the defensive duels, which is not the best, because given the fact that it was a lot of ISO defending, we kind of need a player like Jacquet to be a bit better. But he does play for a very progressive team in Rennes, in the French league, so it may be the case he's not involved as much. Maybe he's a bit more involved on the ball as much as possible, and more or less is long ball football. So maybe that's the reason why. But I think even with his physicality and his pace as well, and his height, I think he'll do just fine when it comes to his defensive duels. But the one thing I'm also very, very interested in is his passing stats. So obviously, progressive passing is of a good level. I wouldn't say he's of the same level of like a Geertruida or a Van Dijk, because they're just up another level. But in terms of progressive passes, obviously he's the lowest out of everybody. But given he is in a relatively weaker team compared to Manchester City, Liverpool, and also Crystal Palace as well. But the progressive the forward passing is of a high level, 84%. Not all the time he's playing sideways passing. It's forwards all the time. And it's, like I said, his possession one is relatively high as well. So if you're talking about a guy that's just generally a good centre back that can win the ball back, I'm telling you, he's the kind of player that he is. And remember, the guy's only 20 years old. The guy's only 20, so we can't expect him to put up the levels of a seasoned veteran like Virgil van Dijk, or even what's it called? People like Geertruida or Konate, who've been in the game 6 years longer than he has. So it is one of those ones. It is one of those ones. Obviously, big up Yaza for reminding the people. We have 280 people in this chat and only 28 likes. Guys, that is Darwin Nunez conversion rate. That is probably worse than Victor Gyökeres's good conversion rate. You need to do better, guys. You need to do better. I need to see that like button hit as much as possible on the road to 1,000 subscribers as well, man. Please do subscribe as well. As like what Yard says, 100 likes minimum. 100 likes minimum. And that's the big thing. Even though we spent 60 million pounds on the player, we are buying him relatively for the future. Like, this is a player that is 20 years old, on the way up, physically very dominant, in a very, very similar league to the Premier League and the French league. I feel as though this was a signing that Liverpool had to make. It was a signing that they had to make. And fair play to Fabrizio. Fair play to Fabrizio. Fabrizio did break the news about Geertruida, but he was the first person to break the news on Jeremy Jacquet. So fair play to him as well. One thing I want to also do as well, people, I want to do this as well. I actually want to talk about comparing him to other centre backs of his age. So what I'm going to do Dean Huijsen, who's 20 as well. I'm going to do Kubasi, who's 18. Lenny Euro's 20 as well. And I'm also trying to think who else is there. I want to see if Mosquera's stats in there. Christian Motors, probably last season, so I'll have to do that. Or it's a little bit messy. I might take out Kubasi, might take him out as well. So as you can see, okay, that's a bit annoying that Mosquera is that color. I want him to be like a green or something like that. Let's try again. Christian Mosquera, there he is. Orange, that's better. So as you can see, guys, compared to his contemporaries across the world, like the Euros, your Huijsens, Mosquera from last season, who was 20 years old, he is putting up a level that is quite comparable, quite it's almost as good as his compatriots. Obviously, aerial duels, he's still dominating that for a guy that's 6'2", 6'3", still very, very good. Obviously clearing the likes of Mosquera, Euro and Huijsen, but maybe that's down to the league. The French league do like to play more aerially compared to the likes of La Liga and places like that. Progressive carries, he's probably the lowest out of everybody because maybe he is asked to more or less play out from the back as much as possible. But again, like that's something that he wouldn't have to do as much for Liverpool. Like your main aim at Liverpool is never expect to do like a Joel Matip role where you would drive through the midfield. You'd always ask your centre backs to play out from the back, and that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing at this moment in time. And obviously, if you can see right here, the one thing that I want to highlight as well, his passes completed. Only Dean Huijsen has more than him. And remember, Dean Huijsen plays for a Real Madrid team that has around about 60 to 70% of the ball every single game in La Liga, which shows that how dominant they are. And to have 67%, who's higher than Lenny Euro, higher than Christian Mosquera when he was at Valencia, for a Rennes side who isn't the best in the Liga, is still relatively good to have. You have to always say, you have to compare it to the team that he's playing in. He's not playing for PSG. He's not playing for like a Lyon or a Lens who's doing very well, or a Marseille. He is playing for Rennes. So you have to use that. But the one thing that he's almost clear of everyone, to be quite honest, is possession one. Possession one is probably the highest out of everyone. His reading of the game is very good. The one thing I will say about Jacquet, he is prone to a little bit of a bozo moment from here and there. So the one thing I will say is that we have to be wary that he is 20 years old and he is prone to making mistakes as much as possible. So we do have to speak on that as well. Big up Ravi as always. Yes, my brother Rams. But for me, I'm not going to crash out over this signing Jacquet. If people want to back it, fair. But I would have liked experience like a Schlotterbeck, but I've accepted who Liverpool are. To be fair, Ravi, that's a fair point. Look, at the end of the day, right? This is I've always maintained Liverpool should sign two centre backs in the summer of 2026. One of them has to be a Jeremy Jacquet or an Ordonez. Well, I'll give you my list. It was a Schlotterbeck. I'm not really too keen on Bastoni, but Bastoni was the other one. That was one type of centre back, a very experienced who could fit in like a glove to Liverpool, and more of a younger centre back who could fill in the place of like a Joe Gomez, but also learn his trade at Liverpool, which was like a Jacquet or Ordonez or people like that. So for me, I see it as one side of the coin is done, but we need to see for the other side. And I have no doubt that the other defender that we're going to get will be a more experienced centre back, hopefully, as well. And look, Hecky makes a big point. What does this might mean for Leone? I don't think it has anything to do with Leone. I think that will be our future partnership for years to come. I think Leone's just turned 19, if I'm not mistaken. He may be turning 20 soon. I might be wrong. Leone. Yeah, he just turned 19 in December. And obviously Jacquet is turning 21, I believe, in July. Yeah, he's turning 21 in July. For me, that's our partnership. That's our partnership for a good 7 or 8 years. And the best thing about having these partnerships is that they're both going to be learning from an experienced person in Ibu Konate and Virgil van Dijk. And Leone, who was already at Liverpool, everyone saw the promise that he had in his first game. Also, in pre-season, we saw a couple of very good moments from him. It's a shame that he got that ACL, because I think he would have played a massive role in this season for us at Liverpool. Big up Tom, Mizzy, big up your damn self, bro. Big up. If we're talking Italian, aside from Leone and ready-made, Scalvini, is that guy injury or not? That's a fair point. Obviously, Italian football. I know you watch a little bit of Italian football, Tom, Mizzy. Scalvini, it was like the original highly touted centre back from Atalanta. But I think because we got Jacquet, I feel like Scalvini is the kind of player that, because he had his ACL as well, it just seemed as though Jacquet would have been the less risky option compared to Jeremy Jacquet as well. And that's the main thing, future proofing. The one thing I give credit about Arsenal, they're very good at future proofing their players. Mosquera, Like obviously when you got Saliba, they had Gabriel and Saliba who were relatively young at the time. Obviously Saliba was a little bit younger than Gabriel, but Mosquera is coming through at a very, very cheap price, a very, very good find from Arsenal. We need to do the same. We need to do the same. And the biggest thing that I would love is that when we have our centre back partnership, it's the understanding that both players have with one another. If Leone and Jacquet are playing with one another on a consistent basis from 20, 21 years old to maybe hitting their 30s, that's 10 years worth of play time at Liverpool and partnership. And obviously, there's got to be a lot of factors to take into account. You have to take into account the fact that we have to rely on those two players hitting their potential, which I personally do believe they will. But it just depends. It's a lot of dependent, but I have full faith that they'll do that. No, I understand that, bro. It's just that Liverpool have a certain centre back profile they always want to go out and get. And for me, when it comes to Jacquet, if you look at the stats, his obviously the eye test as well, the physicality. I think he just hits every single area that we need to cover. A big up Ray, and as a fair comment as well. Defensive stats are heavily dependent on how high a line the team is playing. So that's a fair point. If you are involved in more defensive duels and aerial duels, usually you are playing a high line because the opposition is either launching the ball over the top or they're trying to play directly through. So maybe that's why he's already used to playing in a high line. If he's playing at Liverpool, that's the one thing you got to do. You got to be good at playing a high line. If you're not, is what it is. Big up, Shush. Seeding is a better version of Rudiger. Look. I've been a massive critique of Rudiger. I've always thought he was a player that lacked a bit of maturity in his game, but if he can hit the levels that he showed at Real Madrid, where the maturity came through, and he was really showing the levels of a world-class centre back, I'm going to be a very, very happy Liverpool fan, man. Very, very happy. This is a fair point. Schlotterbeck may not want us as well. He is German, and I can see him going to Bayern. Upamecano might leave, and Bayern need centre backs. That's a fair point. I will say, from what I've heard, Bayern are not too happy about the fact Liverpool are also involved with Schlotterbeck. They're a little bit nervous themselves about Liverpool getting Schlotterbeck away from them. They've already seen it once with Wirtz. They don't want to go through that again. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Big up Mike M. Big up yourself, man. How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing good as well. Let's get Ordonez as well. For me, I think Ordonez or Jacquet, I wouldn't get both of them. I think you need to always get one good, highly rated young centre back, but also, given the circumstances of our team, we also need to get a more established centre back like a Schlotterbeck, who's played at the highest level for however many years, but been a very, very, very long time. He's been playing, I think, ever since 2022. He started for Germany as well, so you got to give him credit on that front. Also, what else am I going to talk to you? Yes, hit the likes, people. Hit the likes, people. I really do appreciate you guys doing that. Rams, I always watch Liverpool, but I want to feel excited again. You get me? Yeah, 100%, man. I think everyone. I think I understand completely where you're coming from. The fact that we are at a point where the football is getting a little bit lethargic, and we aren't getting the best out of our players. But at the end of the day, we are a team that is building for the future, and I feel as though having someone like Jacquet in our books who can really show the levels expected to become a great centre back, that's the one thing that we need. We are at a point where we can't rely on the likes of Virgil to play, because let's be honest, he's turning 34. Virgil's an old man now. Like, unfortunately, we have to keep it a buck. So we have to manage his minutes as well. And I feel as though Jacquet can come in and do the business for us. Yes, Jarves, it is a done deal. It is completed. I think there was a couple of murmurings about Chelsea trying to hijack the deal, but from Fabrizio Romano, the agreement's done. We got the here we go. I'll share the tab again. Hang on 1 minute. I may have a special guest coming on as well. So I can do that quickly. As you guys can see right here, it is a done deal. It is sorted. It is done. Nothing's going to happen. He will be a Liverpool player in 2026. So yeah, it is a done deal. It is a done deal. Big up Jamrock. I hope you're doing well, my brother. I hope things well with you. I thought we weren't getting any signings, Ram. Isn't that what you said? This was the only way to get Jacquet and loan back, and that might be the way to get Schlotterbeck out. Obviously, big up Jamrock. Obviously, giving me a little bit of grief from earlier from Matt's watch along. Look, that's what the guy said. I still believe there will be talks of a centre back coming in. I thought it may have been someone like a Lukeba for this season, but I don't know. We don't know what's going on with Liverpool. I always thought Jacquet would have been done not this transfer window, but probably a couple weeks later as like a premium, such as like a pre-agreed transfer like we did with Ibu. But yeah, it is the way forward. It is the way forward as well. I think it is the kind of player that is it is one for the future. And like you said, this might be the way to get Schlotterbeck as well. It is the way to get Schlotterbeck because I think that's the kind of player that we need to get in the summer as well. Big up, Jamil. And get Schlotterbeck as a replacement for Virgil van Dijk. We'll have defenders for next 10 years. Facts. Absolute facts that you're saying there. The fact that Schlotterbeck is also there. We still don't know what's happening with Ubu. I do hope Ibu stays. I do believe he is of a quality centre back, regardless of what happened this season with the mistakes and everything. He yesterday proved how much, Saturday, so to speak, Saturday proved how good of a defender he is. And I don't want to miss out on someone like that, man. I really do. He is a tremendous centre back and he is good enough to play for the majority of clubs across the world. So that's where I'm coming from that. What's his profile? So Jacquet is a centre. Well, first of all, he's a centre back. He is I think he's a 6'3" centre back. Very, very, very quick, very physically dominant centre back. Very good in the air, as we've seen in the stats. But the one thing I would say is that he's very good on the ball. That's the one aspect that took me by surprise. For someone who's very dominant and only focuses game on dominating the forwards in defensive duels. For a player of his quality, he shows a lot of good qualities on the ball, which is the most important thing. One of the reasons that I wanted to get him in the summer because of the fact that not only is he good on the ball, which I don't think you're able to teach for a centre back. Defending you can teach. Concentration you can get better at as you get older. Those are the stuff that I look for, and because he's got the playing out from the back, the technical ability to play football, I feel as though the defensive prowess will come. Defensive prowess will come as a result of him getting older. I just realized what I just said, so I'm going to play a massive pause on that. So big up. Rams, I remember the shows you did with Kopish in the COVID days. There was some great streams. Your football knowledge is so. You know what, Ravi? I appreciate that. I don't get a lot of credit. I get a lot of smoke for what I say. People say I'm a little bit delusional. Always try to find the what's it called? The cheap bargains that aren't really best. You never shop for the creme de la creme. You always turn your nose on it. But look, I'm just a guy that if I see a footballer that I really, really like or a footballer that has the qualities to be a good player, I'm going to rate them. And he is definitely one of them for sure. For sure. The club waited until deadline to strike a deal with Rennes and give Chelsea no time to counter. They did a bit little too early last time for Caicedo because they thought Brighton DOF would keep his word and not prolong the negotiation. It's a little bit different because I know for a fact it's a different scenario with Caicedo. Chelsea worked on that deal for the whole summer. That was their main thing. It was only until now when only until a couple of weeks ago, Jeremy Jacquet news about him going to Chelsea started to happen. From what I've heard, and I'm looking at the timeline. The thing is, right, I think Jeremy Jacquet, if I was him and looked at both scenarios for both clubs, the one thing he needs is learning how to learning how to play as a centre back. Because if you look through the history of great centre backs, like you look at prime example Maldini and Baresi, there's always an apprentice and there's always a master. Baresi used to teach Maldini how to defend as a centre back. Then you got Maldini with Nesta, and Nesta with Thiago Silva. That's the kind of thing that you need when you have to play. Even look at the Premier League when John Terry was finding his feet as a centre back. It was Desai who was telling him how to defend, teaching him the ways of how to defend at the very top level. And if you're Jeremy Jacquet, you'll be thinking, if I'm at Chelsea, I'll be playing with a bunch of youngsters myself. And look, we can grow together, but I won't have the best time because I will be straight into the firing end. But with that Liverpool, I'll be playing with the likes of Virgil van Dijk, who's been at the best, arguably touted to be one of the best defenders in the Premier League, one of the greatest defenders of all time by many people. Not only living, but also learning for someone like a Virgil van Dijk would only aid his development. And if I was Jeremy Jacquet, I would have not. I'm taking my full bias aside. As a young player, if you're telling me that I'm going to learn from one of the best centre backs in the world, and I'll get game time as well, I'm gonna go for um I'm gonna go for Liverpool. But that's just me. And I think Jeremy Jacquet has thought about the same thing as well. Because once Liverpool came in, there was no chance of him. There was no chance of him saying yes to Chelsea from there, according to a lot of journos. So yeah. Hardline negotiations are sometimes a game of chicken, and if they had waited until deadline, that wouldn't have given Chelsea 4 extra days. It's the same thing, Rams. You wait until, I'm guessing you wait until the deal sort of like sorted or something like that, which I 100% get. I 100% get that, and definitely is a power play that Liverpool did. Timing is always important, and I think we got a little bit. I would say relatively. I would say a little bit. I would say relatively. We got relatively lucky the fact that Chelsea came in the latter stages of the window. If it was at the start of the window, then maybe. But I still think, I think Jacquet may have thought playing with Virgil van Dijk or learning from him would be the best way forward, in my opinion. So yeah, I think a lot of young French players always think about where they're going to go next. I think that's one of the main things, because at the end of the day for France, because it's such a dominating competition with playing for the French national team. Like you look at Lilian Thuram, Kefren Thuram had so many suitors from everywhere across the world. And Lilian wanted his son to play for Liverpool because of the chances he would get, not only playing under Jurgen Klopp, but also his chances of playing in the national team will go up tenfold. So that's one of those ones. So that's the way I see it. Big up, bro. That's your narrative. What if he wants to play with his age group? And again, look, he could be thinking about that. But I think from what's happened, the fact that Liverpool came in a couple weeks after Chelsea made the first negotiation talks, and he immediately chose Liverpool. Maybe, and again, I'm trying to fill in the blanks. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe Chelsea did think that Achimpong was the guy, or they're going to bring back Mamadou Sarr because he is going to be the next great centre back. Maybe it's one of those, but I think for me, if I was him, and I think a lot of players would think about it, learning from someone like Virgil van Dijk, but also having the chance to play, which I know he will have chances to play at Liverpool, because we want to go and challenge for the long term and challenge for all fronts. We had to get that deal done, and clearly he chose that as well. So again, I don't know, but that's the way I see it. We need that balance, bro. We have legends now. We need future legends to bed in long term. That's why I would get Schlotterbeck, Ordonez, and Jacquet. You would get 3 centre backs. 3 centre backs. That's a lot. That's a lot, to be honest. I personally would not get 3 centre backs. I think because we have Leone there, I still have high hopes of Leone being a top level centre back when he comes back. I think age is very much on his side because of the ACL. Age is very, very much on his side. So I would still take the risk and the chance with him. Again, it's not really a risk, but I still take the chance with him. That's why I say only a top level centre back for me is what we need, and then we have to look at other places as well. But we will get to that in the summer transfer window. Once we assess what happens with the squad at the end of the season. Ram, to be fair, I think he went to Liverpool because he knows he won't be rotated low. No, because I still don't think he'll get. I still don't think he'll be rotated at Chelsea. I still think he'll be your starting level centre back. I know the club aren't too keen on Trevor Chalobah. I think the club also see Josh Achimpong as more of a fullback than anything. Fofana's barely fit as well. I think only now he's really come to finding some consistency in his fitness. I think when Jacquet goes in, he would be your starting level centre back. That's but not because of how bad you guys are. I think it's because of how good he is. I think he is just that level of player. But I think not only does he fancy his chances against other players at the club, but he also would want to learn with the likes of Virgil van Dijk. And if we do get a Schlotterbeck, it only aids his development as well. So that's the one thing I'd say. So I know that may be your opinion, but it was also my opinion as well. I maybe slightly disagree. I still think he starts for you guys. He's just that good of a centre back for me. Lose Robertson and Simicast and Schlotterbeck can play left back. Nah, I don't want to play Schlotterbeck at left back. Look, Schlotterbeck is a very, very good ball playing centre back. I know he's played left back. I know he's played DM at times with his brother Kevin, but I want a left back to play left back. I want left backs to play left backs. I want right backs to play right backs. I want centre backs to play centre backs. The only time I will accept a centre back playing at fullback is if we have a crisis. And at this moment, we do have a crisis. So that's why I do want a centre back who could play right back or a right back who could play centre back. I really wouldn't mind because at this point, I am not picky. I just need someone to play centre back. That's my opinion. Rams, how good was Verts and Ekitike's link up versus Newcastle? Thought they were in sync. It's like they could read each other's minds. 100%, man. I've always said, look, when people say Verts and Ekitike, they cover each other's spaces. Look, what's it called? Top players will play well with other top players. Like, you can't be. I know the Galacticos is a perfect example of how chemistry and getting players to play in their right positions is the way forward, and getting superstars doesn't work. But if you have someone like Ekitike and Verts who both have the technical ability but also have the mental aptitude to play with one another, it's gonna show. It's gonna show, and that's the main thing. I was never really part of the people that were like Ekitike will get in the way of Verts, or they both occupy both spaces. No, they are two very, very intelligent footballers and two very good footballers at the same time. Like that's how I see it. Schlotterbeck, sorry, is not that great at defending. I have watched him a lot. As have I, Royal Blue. I remember the guy playing at Freiburg. He was a very good centre back there. I think the one thing that highlights him is the fact that he's a very good ball playing centre back. He's very, very good driving with the ball. I think he's played at left back multiple times, which shows how good he's on the ball. But centre, I think he's a very good defender. I think his reading of the game is really good. I think his aerial dominance as well is very good on both ends, both defensively and offensively on corners. I think he's just the overall package, in my opinion. The one thing that he lacks, probably compared to most centre backs, is the strength, because he's very, very lean, but he still can hold his own in aerial duels. So I thoroughly disagree with that, man. I think he's a top level centre back. Top level centre back. I think the ACL injury that he had earlier this season really did a number on him. But again, each to their own, isn't it? Each to their own. Man be saying this. The ballers like playing with other ballers. These man was linking up straight away. Facts. You can't be of a certain level and think, oh, because we occupy both areas, or we both get in each other's ways, that we can't work with one another. No. When it comes to playing football and playing with top level players as well, you got to there will always be a way to get the best out of each other, because you guys are just Liverpool players when it comes to the top level players like your Vierts, your Ekitikes, and to an extent Isak as well. You got to respect the fact that they are top quality players, and at some point things will start to click. And look what it's showing right now. They are clicking at this moment in time, and it's beautiful to see. As a Liverpool fan, it is beautiful to see. Rams, thoughts on Kirkers lately? I think he's got better doing less rash things. If Kirkers has gotten a lot better from the start of the season compared to the start of the season. At the start of the season, he was absolutely horrible. Couldn't string a couple of passes together. But again, like, this is all expected. I think the one thing I will give a lot of criticism to Arne Slot is the fact that he just rushed everyone too early. He's rushed everyone a little bit too early, and as a result, you're going to lose football matches. And it's a shame to see. It's an absolute shame to see, because you're seeing that the guy was lacking so much confidence, and as a result, the form was just going badly wrong. It's going badly wrong, and it's good to see that he's now started to ask. He's now asked him to do the right things. He's no longer inverting to play as a third auxiliary centre back. He's asked to do a lot more overlapping, going down the byline, being a little bit more aggressive with his attacking plays. Got a really good assist playing that through ball towards Ekitike as well. Like, you can see the technical quality that the guy possesses. Like, I know people will like to say, "Oh, he's been horrible, he's been trash, he can't defend, he does this, he does that." He was one of the best left backs last season for a Bournemouth team that over, what's it called? What's the right word? What's it called? What's the right word of saying that outperformed their expectation last season? And a lot of respect's got to be given to that guy, man. A lot of respect's got to be given to them. And obviously, certain people have their opinions about the player, like Ryan, for instance. Kirk, is it still crap on the ball? Again, the hyperbole. He is not crap on the ball. Like, he's a very, very good footballer. He's got a very good cross on him, very good passer of the ball. He's got a nasty shot on him as well. Like, he can shoot from distance, but which I'm a little bit annoyed about. That he doesn't take a lot of risk when he shoots from distance. He's a very, very good level left back. He wasn't voted the best left back in the Premier League because of him not doing anything or not showing that technical ability. He has shown to be one of the best left backs for a reason, and the fact that he's now asked to do a lot of the things that he can do and shown in the last couple of seasons proves to me that he is of a level to play. He has the ability to play at the highest level, man. He really does. Big up everyone. Look, people, 57 people, 227 people in the chat. Big up every single one of you that are in here. We're only on 57 likes, guys. Come on, guys. Like, come on. Let's get the likes up as much as possible. I would say a bare minimum of 100 likes. I'm not asking too much, in my opinion. I think 100 likes out of a possible 233 people is not too much to ask for. It's not. So please hit the like button. Get this out there as much as possible. Let's help the algorithm out, because the algorithm is doing a mazza. It's doing a mazza. So you guys got to help me out as much as possible, man. Slot should be sacked, but because so now you want to be Slot out. Now you want to be Slot. Slot is the reason why we're not doing it. Okay. I see you, Ryan. Slot should be sacked, but because of all the criticism falling onto him, a lot of these players have escaped huge criticism. Absolutely not. Not for me. I still blame a lot of these players. These players were doing a foolishness, like Van Dijk doing a foolishness. Ibu, when he didn't play well, I criticized him. Gravenberg, when he hasn't played well, criticized him. But that's what I'm saying. It's just that everyone could be blamed for this season. Manager, players, coaches, everyone. And no one gets to escape criticism. Absolutely no one. The only player that probably doesn't escape probably the only player that probably escapes criticism is probably Szoboszlai because of how consistent he's been, and maybe possibly Alisson as well. Maybe the fact he got injured, which is a bit annoying, but that's what I'm saying. Kirkes was always going to be fine. Slot was just overcomplicating things. Kirkes was thinking too much about what Slot wanted to do rather than do what he naturally is good at. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Get him to do the more basic stuff that he's very good at, which is going down the byline, crossing it in. Then yeah, bro, it just shows. It just shows. You got to play people to their qualities, man. And if you don't play them to their qualities, you're not going to get the best out of them. It's funny how football works, doesn't it? It's funny how football works. Big up Zepski, big up your damn self. Ram, honestly, do you join the Salah brigade who want to slot out? I didn't join any brigade. I'm gonna be 100% honest because I still reserved a lot of criticism for Salah for what he did. Did I believe he was did I believe he was guilty of anything or he deserved to get criticism? 100%. I think, like many people, I do believe that analyze what happened with Salah. I analyzed on multiple occasions. Look, regardless of what I thought about the manager, I was still pissed off with the fact Salah came out and did what he did. Again, no one is above the club. No one at all is above the club. Do I understand where he's coming from? A little bit, because of, on a human level, the amount of criticism he's got from the media has been ridiculous. But if you're talking about someone who spoke out against the club, I will never ever back it. I will never ever back it. And for a person that deserves the criticism that he got this season, I'm sorry, you have no legs to stand on, my friend. You have no legs to stand on. And airing out dirty laundry as well. Like, we're already in a mess at the time. I think we just drew to Leeds United 2-2. We were already in a big mess and we didn't need to be in a bigger mess. Like I said on multiple platforms, I thought we left the drama stuff in 2015, man. We're in 2022. We can't be doing this kind of stuff. You know how it is. Alisson, that guy's been questionable at best this season. The one thing I'll question about Alisson is that injury, but then again, that injury was unforced by one of our centre. I think it was Konate that unforced it at the start. But I don't remember anything he did. I don't remember anything he did that was bad. I don't remember anything that he did that I was like, oh, you've got to save that. I mean, I know we put Ali to a high level. I know you don't, Ryan, but I don't think he's done anything wrong or majorly wrong this season, in my opinion. Fair enough. I watched a lot of your fellow YouTube backing Salah and blaming Slot. Salah has been here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, I never want to do the player FC kind of thing. I've never really been a fan of it. I think it's also very tiring at the same time. Everything, regardless of who the manager is, the player is, everyone deserves criticism if they deserve to get it. And Salah is a prime example of this. Salah deserves the criticism that he deserves to get. Like, he's not been good this season, and he deserves to get criticized for speaking the way he spoke. Like, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. Big up A9, man. Big up your damn self, bro. Big up Ram. When did we sign Jacquet? Bro, we signed Jacquet about a couple of hours ago. I was meant to do this a couple of hours ago, but I had to sort some stuff out, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But we had to, it is done. It is a done deal. And I'm going to put the evidence up here again, bro, for the people as well. Jeremy Jacquet, breaking news from Fabrizio Romano a couple of hours ago. Jeremy Jacquet to Liverpool. Here we go. We got the infamous here we go as well. Deal agreed now for June 2026 as revealed. Understand fee is 60 million euros plus 10 million euros add-ons to Rennes. Jeremy has agreed personal terms with LFC. Agreement done for summer 2026 for one of the most talented centre-backs in the world. So it is fact. It is a fact that Jeremy Jacquet will be a Liverpool player, just for people at the back who didn't know that. Alisson's kicking and distribution has been disgraced this season. Poor from set pieces as well. Also have let goals in that he should have saved. Like example, Burnley, like against Burnley, for example. To be fair, that Burnley thing was I think it was more poor defending than it was a poor Liverpool shot, and plus it was a snapshot. And he got it right into the corner, so I'm not going to blame him that highly on that. He'll be back 7 to 9 months. I think you guys were talking about Connor Bradley, bro. Connor Bradley suffered an ACL, unfortunately. So yeah, it is going to be tough on him. Last week versus Bournemouth, Alisson was poor as well. Last week, Alisson, looking at the goals, Evan Nielsen, he can't do much about. The Jimenez one, again, he couldn't do much about that as well. Maybe the Adley one, but then again, I'm putting more blame on Virgil van Dijk. The fact that he got bullied by a 5'7" Adley, man, that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. Alisson also let Marcus Edwards' shot go through his hands. If it was I've seen Donnarumma do that kind of stuff. I've also seen Courtois do that. If you hit it low and strong, you're gonna get it. Most times or not, you're gonna get it past the goalkeeper, man. You are, bro. I think again, your criticism for some players are just up at another level, bro. Up another level. Ekitike will want to leave next summer after Isak is fit. You think he'll leave? No, I don't. I think Ekitike is the kind of player that won't care who he's up against. He won't care if he's up against. I mean, if it was Thierry Henry, it would be different. If he was up against Lewandowski, if he was up against Benzema, if he was up against whoever in the league, he will do whatever it takes. He will stake a claim. He'll be like, I am the guy. You will not let me. I will not let you drop me. I will not let you drop me. Which is the kind of player that we kind of need at this moment in time. We need that arrogance. And it's a good level of arrogance. It shows that he has the mentality to win and win at all costs, which I love, man. I love doing that. Alisson is low-key a bit washed as well. It's just Mamardashvili's useless that he has to stay another season. But I think you're going far too beyond with all the criticism, bro. Like saying that he's washed after, look, example, Newcastle United, Harvey Barnes shot, went through a crowd of players and he got a palm to that. And it was a very good save that got it away from Anthony Gordon to get it in for a tap-in. I think your criticism been poor, and Mamardashvili, brother. This is why it's hard to have a conversation with you, bro. Mamardashvili had shaky moments this season. Yes, he has just joined to the Premier League, and he wasn't probably expected to be the first choice keeper when he had to be. But when he has been called upon to make saves, and when the defense decides to actually defend like a proper team, he plays well. Need I remind you about Aston Villa away? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Ryan, ask Prime how Kelleher does for Ireland. Just ask him that. Honestly, like, bro, they're telling me like light years clear, bro. That's just this is why it's hard to have a conversation with my brother. Oh, this is why we have to have a conversation. Why we can't have a conversation with you, bro? You just go for the absolute extreme, man. Go to the absolute extreme. I told Liverpool fans since the start of the season, Ekitike is better than Isak. He just suits Liverpool. Fair play, bro. Fair play. To be fair, I kind of wanted both of them. I thought Ekitike. I didn't think Ekitike would show the levels that he showed this season. I think he would have struggled a little bit with the physicality. But bro, he's taken to it like a duck of water, and I give him so much credit for that. Give him so much credit. Proving me wrong, proving a lot of people wrong, and maybe proving the manager wrong as well. Proving the manager wrong as much as possible. Your bold forward seems to be staying, and I don't think he won't be starting Ekitike much. Well, at the end of the day, bro, Ekitike, if he stakes a claim in this team and Isak's still not showing the levels, then he has no choice. Unfortunately, he has no choice, in my opinion. Connor Bradley is the weakest link in your defense. I saw a stat saying that he's the most dribble pass defender in the league, which is very, very bad. It's a fair point. To be fair, I don't think he was. It was always going to be Connor Bradley to start at the start until Jeremy Frimpong gets the pace with the league. But Jeremy Frimpong has shown that even though defensively he's a little bit suspect, his recovery pace is of the level to get him out of trouble. And also he's been very good going down that byline. He's been very good driving down that byline, getting his crosses in. He's just showing the levels that he needed to show in order to in order to be the starting right back for Liverpool. So I think Frimpong has shown it, but fitness has been an issue. Bradley's just struggled massively this season, and I do think the defense hasn't helped him as much. And the fact that he's been told to invert every single time that he has a chance to do it, I can't blame him that much. You see, Ram, my Ekatike is better than Isak Take started to gain traction, broski. Look from when man said, yeah, I know. Yours was one of the first people to say he is better than Isak. But again, it's hard to say that he's better than Isak when he scored a goal against Tottenham, he ended up breaking his ankle, bro. Like, we just don't know. I haven't seen Isak on a regular basis. Like, once he scored that Tottenham goal, he could have gone on like a 10-game goal scoring run. We just don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen, man. Maybe Isak, if he was fit, he would have turned those draws to wins or maybe losses to wins, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. I just think it's a little bit premature. It's just a little bit premature in my opinion. I think Isak's still gonna show levels to this, man. Gonna show levels to this. Tell me a footballing attribute Bradley is good at. Inverting, because he's always inverting. I don't know if that's an instruction, but he's always inverting, bro. I don't know why. I feel like that's the only attribute that he does because of the fact that the manager tells him to invert every 5 seconds, bro. Every 5 seconds he inverts. But yeah, I'm sure a new manager is going to make Salah quicker and Gakpo less. Brother, that's not the issue. You play your players to get the best out of them. The whole problem that we have with Arne Slot is that he's not getting the best out of the players. We know that Salah ain't got this pace anymore. We know that Gakpo is a very basic player. But the most important thing is getting the best out of your players or getting a system together to get the best out of your players. And he's not doing it at this moment. Arne Slot is not getting the best out of these players. And regardless of what's happening, is that we're at a point where it's just like, come on, man. You can't be playing a style of football that you're not getting the best out of the players, you know? And we're relying on individual pieces of brilliance. I will give credit to him for the game against Newcastle, but again, I need to see more of that. I need a consistent run of games where he's showing that he has the ability to get the best out of these players. That's my main issue. Ram, you know how both players play. You have enough information to know who's better. You're just playing it safe. No, but I'm not playing it safe because I still remember how Isak was against Newcastle. Isak was on fire for Newcastle. There was a reason why he was touted as one of the best strikers in the world, bro. In the world. I can't say Ekatike is better, bro. I can't say it at this moment. I need to see both on a consistent basis, on a consistent run of form. I don't want none of this, no preseason. I don't want no injuries. I don't want no ankle tears or ankle breaks. I just want both players fit and on form, and we'll see who's better. That's all I want in life. I can't. Will you keep Slot if he turns it around because the signings are starting to click? Mo, ask me that question at the end of the season. Ask me that question at the end of the season. I'm not going to answer it now because like the signings are starting to click. But again, it takes one game. He does for some reason he starts to go back to his usual stupidness. Goes back to his usual stupidness, and we're back to square one again. So I can't say that. I can't say definitively that that he will get the best out of the players, in my opinion. I can't say it definitively, in my opinion. Where is it? There. I was actually going to start this one. If we get Konate signed, we have 2 young centre backs on Leone and Jacquet. VVD for 1 more year. Maybe I don't know who WW. Maybe we need someone like experienced defender that can cover centre back and left back. I think that might be Van der Ven. I think Van der Ven for a decent fee. I'm not too keen on Mickey Van der Ven. I've spoken to Matt about this on multiple occasions. I've spoken to many Liverpool fans on multiple occasions about that. I am not a keen fan of Van der Ven. I think he is very basic. I think he's as a centre back, I think he's rash. I think he's a good left back or a left-sided centre back to cover a certain area. And you got 2 great centre backs next to him. But if you're talking about in a back two, I just wouldn't. I personally wouldn't go for someone like him. I'm more of a fan of Schlotterbeck than Van der Ven, in my opinion. Schlotterbeck for me is better than Van der Ven. For me, he's just like, yeah, he's just levels above. Big up yours. Thank you for reminding me, guys. 31 more likes till we get to 100. The algorithm, there's still just under 200 people. There's about 180 people in this chat, guys. Hit the like button. It's only 30 likes away from 100. And I don't even think I've got 100 likes in my entire YouTube videos, bro. In any of my YouTube videos, I've never got 100 likes. You know how sad that is? Come on. Today is the day. I'm also 10 subscribers away to 750. 3/4 of the way through to 1,000. If we can get 10 subscribers as well by the end of the stream, that would be amazing. Come on, guys. I know we can get that done. I know we can get that done as much as possible. Big up, Ashley. I haven't seen you around, Brian. I hope you're doing well. Watching our games, I still think our wingers are a problem. They can't beat players. At least it would be ideal, don't you think? Yeah, 100%. I would love us to get Elise. I think Yan Diamande is another player that I'm really a fan of. I think he's a tremendous talent as well. But Elise for me, top level player. Top level player. I think he's going to be one of the best right wingers and if not, he is the best right winger in this world, bro. He is the best right winger in this world. Like that's clearly what it is. Can we all admit that kid? Piss off, Ryan. If Liverpool are poor like you claim, give up your season tickets, bro. But you could, because you just love to rage bait people. Oh, I'm better than you because I go to brother. Is Ryan. I think he just wants to rage bait people. I've dealt with him. He's probably the only person that can rage bait Flawless as much as he can. And even then, Flawless has some way of getting back at him somehow. We got Mo. Do you think Hussam is overprotective of Salah? Because I watched his games. He looks so finished. Again, I'm not Hussam. But I do think he does protect him at times. I get it because it is his favorite player. Because even when I say that I do protect Ali a lot. I still think he's the top 2 goalkeepers in the world. I still think it's between him and Courtois, and then everyone else can fight it out to be the third best. But I do think at times Salah does get over criticized by a lot of the fan base, but he also does get under criticized by a lot of the fan base as well. Do I think Salah has been the same? I'm starting to have question marks about Salah. Do I think he stays at the end of the season? I personally don't think he does. I think he's going off to Saudi at the end of the season. But I would never rewrite history. I never say that he's a crap player, man. Do I think his time is done at Liverpool? I think we're at the stage where it's becoming very, very close. It's becoming very, very close. Yards, I know, bro. I know. I know Yamal is the guy. I know Lamine does a lot, but come on, man. Olise is a very, very good player. He could challenge. It's just like he's at Bayern, bro. He's at Bayern. Fans. Okay, this is interesting. Fans, we need centre-back cover this winter for this season. Hughes, agreed. We'll sign a centre-back for this winter window. Fans, hooray. Hughes loans him back to Rennes for the season. Oh, fans, stares awkwardly at Hughes. Baby, bro. Bro, it's just one of those ones. Look, at the end of the day, I'm happy that we got a very, very talented player in Jacquet. I think he's top quality. I think he's going to be one of those players that will become the best in the world at some point. I think he's definitely one of the most touted players in Europe. I think he's going to be a starting level centre back for the best international team in the world. Like you can't what's it called? You can't criticize the guy, man. It's just hard to criticize him, bro. It's hard to criticize his signing as well. He's gonna be a top level centre back, and I mean it. He's going to be a top level centre back. Tommy Hilfiger partnership has got us a new jacket. Oh yeah, I respect the puns, man. I big up Hecky, bro. I respect the puns. I respect the puns. Bayern generally face teams that are championship. Oh, come on, Mo. I thought we were having a good thing together, bro. Oh no, Bayern generally face teams that are championship level every week, and somehow they still don't go invincible every season. It is funny. Yeah, they got bogey teams. I know that for a fact. I think Augsburg is definitely one of them. Borussia Mönchengladbach, when Sommer was there, was definitely a bogey team. But it just shows you can't lay down when you're in the Bundesliga, and especially when you're Bayern Munich, and everyone wants to beat you. It'll feel as though it's everyone's final when they play Bayern Munich. You just can't be doing it, bro. You can't be doing it. You can't be laying your laurels down, bro. But people, I said I was speaking to a special guest. The guy has arrived, and I'm gonna bring him out. But we need to get the likes up as much as possible. Big up my boy, a family to the channel, constant collaborator on the Friday night gaming stream. Big up Drifty. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Yes, B. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, man?
I'm happy, bro. I'm happy that we got one of the centre backs that I asked for next season, bro.
Yeah, man. I hear it. I hear it. I was a big up Jay. I was just on Jay's channel as well for a little while.
Big up Jay.
And he's happy with it as well. I'm happy. Like honestly, like I'm happy. Like I think it's amazing that we've managed to beat Chelsea to the signing. That feels good after what we did to Man City and Chelsea in the summer, getting players they wanted, Newcastle. So it's good. So we're starting to bully people in the transfer market. So I'm all for it, brother. I love it. I think the only thing that's annoying me though, and again, maybe this is me just being a little bit negative in the positivity, is we got to wait until the summer. Like, if I'm being honest with you, like you can't tell me in like June, July, August what you're getting me for Christmas. Wicked. Cool. That's what I'm getting. But I've still got to wait till Christmas now. Like Christmas is months away. Do you know what I mean? Like, what about now? Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I think the thing that's annoying me about it, bro, is this whole thing with Geertruida. I don't like that we waited until the end of the window so the excuse can be, well, Sunderland couldn't do anything and then therefore we can do it. So yeah, we tried. No, you've had the whole window. Bradley got injured weeks ago and Frimpong's been injury prone all season. You didn't need to wait for Frimpong to get injured the other day to realise we should get right back cover till the end of the season. Plus, we need centre-back cover. Plus, we need cover for the wings. Bro, we've needed cover in a few areas that we should have had. We've had the whole month and we've done nothing. And now they want to give me a little sob story about we can't get Geertruida on the final day because Sunderland can't get a replacement. No shit, Sherlock. You've given them 1 day to buy a replacement. Of course they can't find one. It's Gehi all over again. It's PR bullshit, brother. It does my head in. It absolutely does my head in. And Geertruida would have been a very good acquisition. DM, centre-back, right-back, left-back. He can cover a lot of areas. You know what I mean? Yeah, we do, bro. We need cover for the manager. Real talk.
Same, bro.
I'm just a little annoyed, bro. It's like good news off the back of bad news, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Soboslai or Jones at right back for the rest of the season. Are you fucking kidding me, Ram?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? The one thing I would say is that I wasn't too keen on Geertruida. I'll be real. I don't think I wasn't too keen on him. I think right back cover is great, but to get him on a permanent deal, I wasn't too keen on that because I just don't rate the guy, in my opinion. I think we could get better in the market, in my opinion. If it was on a loan, I'm taking 100% loan with an option to buy.
It was a loan, weren't it?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if it was a loan. If it
was
a loan,
I thought the Geertruida stuff was a loan, bro. I don't think it was permanent. I think it was a loan.
If it was a loan,
I could be wrong, but I'm sure it was a loan.
If it was a loan, then it'd be a different story.
That was why I was happy about it, bro, because it doesn't even affect the transfer window in the summer.
Yeah, because all I've been hearing was 25 million. And I was a bit like, it's gonna ruin a lot of our transfer dealings in the summer if we get him. Like, I still want my.
Yeah. I didn't hear about money. I didn't know it was gonna cost money.
Yeah. Oh, Sean says it right here. loan with an obligation to buy. It wasn't an option; it was an obligation to buy, which was 25 million, I think, plus a 4 million to Sunderland as compensation as well. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
No, but Ram, would that have been the worst? So check this then, yeah. Let's say Geertruida was permanent, right? We make it permanent in the summer. If we got Jacquet, kept Ibu, gave Leone even longer to recover, get Bradley and Frimpong as fit as possible, bro, that would be great options. Because they're essentially, Geertruida would become second or third choice right back and fourth or fifth choice centre back. But that's how you build a great squad, Ram.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that, above Geertruida is definitely good enough to be fourth or fifth choice centre back and second or third choice right back. He is a good player. Do you know what I mean? Like he might not be elite level, but he is a good player though. I'm not gonna lie, but that would have been perfect. And he can cover left back in DM at a push.
Yeah.
He would have been a good squad player to have, He would. He could almost take the Endo role.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I mean? Endo go in the summer and then Geertruida could take the Endo role in the squad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be a possibility, but I think Sean also said something great right here. Joyce said this is the start of the defensive rebuild. We are getting more.
I know, but if I'm being honest with you, Joyce and all the other people who like to spin PR at Liverpool respectfully could suck my dick because they give us so much bullshit, bruv. They give us so much bullshit, bruv. So it is what it is, man. Like, you know what I mean?
50. Like, come on, man.
Bro, I'm sick of the PR spins, bruv. I'm so sick of it. So
what, you've been hurt too many times, so you gotta be like, nah.
bruv. Yeah, bruv. I've been hurt way too many times, bruv. Jeez. Way too many times. Bruv, I've sat here for a whole January and had nothing. Do you know how thirsty I am? I've been walking in the desert, bro. And I've got no water, bruv.
No water. Canteen's empty.
You know what? I get to a service station. I'm like, yes, I'm saved. And then every drink in their fridge is gone off. So now I've got a choice to make. Do I have the drink to quench my thirst, but shit myself in the middle of the desert because I'm going to get diarrhea? Or do I stay thirsty and hope I can make it to the next destination? Like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But if I give you a proposition, Drift, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
If we get Schlotterbeck and we get other players that we can to sort of like cover the areas of the pitch that we need cover for, would you be happy? So say you're in the desert and the next service station is like a mile away and you get 4 to 5 bottles of water and like a big jug of 4 to 5 bottles of drinks and a jug of water as well, just to add on top. Would you be happy?
But who would the jugs of water be now though? Because remember, we ain't getting nothing in January, so like we haven't had no refreshments at all, bro. We just got to make that next walk, and we're already thirsty as hell, bro. We're out on our feet at the moment, and we've got to make that walk without anything, bro.
So I'll say Schlotterbeck, Elise, big pause on the jugs as well. Diamande and Wharton.
Why the hell did some news thing just say? Could you hear that?
Nah, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear. You're good.
So a CBN news thing just started to play in the background of my phone like some duppy business. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't even listen to CBN news. What the hell?
Drifty, don't be mentioning no duppy at 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. You know what it is,
no,
bro.
Ram, I don't even listen to CBN news. I have no idea what the hell that was that just popped up in the background, bro. That was weird.
Jamie, man. Big up, Jamie, for the raid. I hope you're all doing well. Appreciate everyone that's joined in. Please hit the like button on your way in as well. I've got Drifty here, guys. Please hit the like, but that deserves a like. Because Drifty's here, we deserve a like for that. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
Was talking about, you said that I'm going to get a McDonald's, I'm going to get a Chinese, a pizza, all the drink I want, a Dragon Stout, a Magnum, some Hennessy, water, as much water as I want. He said, "Oh, that's going to be waiting for me when I get to the next gas station. But I've just got to make it there thirsty, hungry, and tired."
Yes. Would you take it?
I might not make it, Ram. I might not make it, bro. I might not make it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Oh, Jay, why? Jay, why? Jay,
Big
why?
up, Jay.
You know what, Jay? I'll send the link to you as well, bro. If you have the energy, I know you just did a stream, bro, but if you had the energy to jump on, or more than welcome to jump on, bro.
Oh, that's a big pause right there, Ram.
Pause. Brother, it's 110. 110, bro. Remember the last time I did a stream at 110, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's dark. It's dark.
Yeah, we got to stop making a habit of these after midnight streams for real.
Yeah. Oh, for Brit, so you couldn't just do this. You couldn't just do this like a couple of hours earlier, bro. Couple of hours. That's all I asked for. Well, big up, Jay, man. Big up, Jay. I hope you're doing well, bro. How you doing, bro?
I'm here to jump on it, Ram.
Oh, man.
Follow me to the end of days.
Oh, man. It's too late, Jay. It's too late. I'm knackered, bro. Don't make me laugh, bro. Don't make me laugh.
Big up Carmino as well, man. But Jay,
I don't know. Right now, Ram. In all honesty, to answer your question, in all seriousness, I get that if we wait until the summer and we get a really good summer, it will be amazing. I just think the problem is you could definitely plug a few of the gaps in the team with one or two loans now to just get us there. And like right now, I don't know how easy this would be to do because people aren't moving parts, right? They've got feelings, emotions, they need to agree to it, whatever. But we can't get this Geertruida thing done because they can't find a replacement. Maybe we should be like, you know what, Ramsey? Would you go on loan to Sunderland? Because you're not going to get game time here, but Sunderland might play you. And then he can go on loan to Sunderland for 6 months so that they'll release Geertruida and then we can get the better player. And then, do you know, like, can't we work something out like that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like that they waited until the end of the window, though. That's the thing that's annoying me the most.
Because I think Geertruida is a starting right back for them, right? So I don't think they'll see Calvin Ramsey as an adequate replacement, if that makes sense, bro. I don't know. I don't know, but maybe they might have. Maybe they might have. We just don't know. But Jay, Jacquet signed for Liverpool. You know me, that was one of the signings that I wanted us to get next.
Yeah.
Thoughts? What's your thoughts on it, bro? What's your thoughts on it?
Look, obviously I spoke to you yesterday about this. You was talking highly of him. I've not really seen him play, to be absolutely fair. I've not really seen many Rennes matches. If we're watching any game in France, it's probably going to be PSG or a Marseille game. So I haven't really seen a lot of Rennes games. So I can't say how good he is from my personal point of view. But everyone I talk to and everything I read about him, people just think he is that guy. I was just reading a Gal about it as well. Gal's saying he's a baller. So if Gal's saying he's a baller, he must be decent because, you know, so, you know, Fabrizio said he's got elite. He's going to be an elite level centre back in his tweet, I believe, or his YouTube, on his YouTube channel. He said he's going to be an elite level centre back. Liverpool got a good one there. Then that gets me happy, man. That gets me happy. Look, I'm still big on Giovanni because I literally watched him last year, so he still's the one I look at the two. But if Jacquet and Leone are going to be this good as at this level, yeah, Liverpool could have got the two best young centre backs in Europe. So there's that potential as well. What I do want now, if Kanate is to leave, I want us to go and get someone like a Schlotterbeck or someone who's a bit more, you know, who's played a bit, who's got a more experience, that's a bit more level-headed, that can give the younger guys that little bit of experience. And then you keep Virgil for another year, and then you've got like a Schlotterbeck and a Virgil that can be your partnership, and then you got, you know, then you got these two amazing youngsters below them that are going to be phenomenal in their own right, but they can learn from them too. So you've got a nice collective of centre backs there. That's what I'd want.
100%. And the best thing about them, they're also of a level that they could just jump into a first team game if they need to. They're of that level. They're the belief that the club has in them, the quality that they've shown as well. It's just that they're not only here for making up the future, they're also here. They'll make an impact in the cup games. They'll take us further in the cup. And that's the hope that we have for these kind of players. And the one thing I've given credit to Arsenal, I said this at the start of the stream, when Gabriel and Saliba, they both started relatively young. I think Gabriel was around about 24, Saliba was around about 21. Like that's the kind of thing that we needed. And on top of that, they got Mosquera as well. That's to sort of solidify their future. That's what we would need to be doing. And we so kind of did that with the rebuild of the midfield. But the centre back, look, if you're telling me Jacquet and Leone are going to be a partnership for the next 7 or 8 years, but I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Like if you look at
what foot is Jacquet?
He's right-footed.
Right-footed, okay.
He's aerially, he's very, very good in the air. He's very good with his feet. The one thing I like about young centre back, if they're naturally good with their feet, the defensive side of their game, they'll learn it. They'll learn how to play defensively. They'll learn from the best. Like I use the example, there's always has to be a master and an apprentice. When Maldini was a kid, Baresi was the master. Then when Maldini got older, Nesta was the apprentice to Maldini. Then Thiago Silva to Nesta. That's how it should work. Like Puyol, there was for PK, there was Puyol. Like it always works, and we have to be doing stuff like that and seeing us future-proof as well. And a player that I think is going to be a top centre-back, and him and Leone are both very, very highly rated and could be the future of centre-backs in Europe. And they're both at Liverpool as well. Bro, that's just...
Yeah, I am struggling, though, with the thought of this kind of meaning Ibu's leaving. Because that's really going to be like a downer with the up. Like what Arsenal did in the summer, for example. And I know we don't necessarily have squad play space to do this, but nobody important left and then they built on it. Whereas with Liverpool, through tragedy or by choice, we actually got rid of or lost really important players. And then it almost becomes like a bit of a rebuild. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's a difference between putting players on top, like what Klopp used to do. When Klopp was building this squad, we didn't get rid of anyone important. The only important person who left was Emery, and he not Emery, so Emery Chan. And and that was him just being really stubborn because he wasn't being guaranteed minutes. But apart from that, everyone who came in was adding to the quality in the squad, got better and better and better, and then we just became unbeatable, was the best. What I don't like what we're doing now is, who's got to go so we can do this? And it's like, well, don't get rid of the players who are actually important. Do you know what I mean? So Ibu leaving is going to be like Diaz leaving. It's like, no, but he's important. Can't we go and get Schlotterbeck and Jacquet and keep Ibu and just have an amazing squad? Why has one got to go so we don't know do you know what I mean? Like, that's the part that's going to annoy me, boys. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be that, like, I know it was off of his own back again, but then again, maybe did the club show him enough financial? Trent leaving. It was like, all right, Frimpong's coming in, but we're losing the best right back in the world. So, like, we're not really improving bringing in. Do you get what I mean? Like, there was too much of it. We didn't get to improve on what we had. We either stayed the same or technically got worse. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the right back area, we got worse. Let's be honest. If you lose the best right back in the world, you're getting worse. Do you know what I mean? I think Diaz is a top 5 left winger in the world. Whether people agree, that's fair enough. But we definitely didn't improve on him by making it be Gakpo's the starting left winger for 100%. Everybody knows that. So we then downgraded on our left wing. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, why can't we just keep improving and getting better and better? That's the part that's going to annoy me, is Ibu leaving.
Yeah.
Schlotterbeck isn't even going to be exciting with Ibu leaving. It's going to be like, okay, thank God we did that. And more relief. Rather than, like, if I see Ibu sign that contract and then we get Schlotterbeck, I'm going to be like, yo, let's take over Europe. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's going to be that type of vibe where, I don't know, man, why have we always got to have negative with the positive? Can't we just have pure positivity, man? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's also hard to balance 3, like, unless you're paying a back 3, to balance 3 top to world-class level centre backs. It's just very, very hard to do, especially with the model that we have. Like Sean LFC says it right here. That's our model drift. FSG's model is all about that. We can't be able to play 2 world-class centre backs. Like, the closest we got to that is probably Matip. Well, I wouldn't even say they were world-class at the time. Matip, Ibu, Konate, and Gomez, because they were all whenever they played to a certain level.
Well, here's the thing. Canate, when we bought him, was seen as the exciting youngster coming through. Yeah. And Matip was seen as the world-class experience with Virgil. If you look at it now, we're doing exactly the same. Canate is now the experienced centre-back. And the two new ones are going to be the exciting young projects that are going through and take these two geezers' spots. So it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar. It's just the way we do
it is. Yeah.
Look, we don't. Look, we are building for the future. There's no doubt about it. You look at the players we're buying in the last 12 months and their age range as well. You know, we've got some high quality footballers for the next few years. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and even that in day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You got talent there.
With Jacquet as well, the Austrian.
The young Austrian geezer, who everyone thinks is phenomenal, by the way. Look, you've got young talent there. The quality is definitely there for years to come. We just need to keep adding to it. And I think we're going to have a massive summer. Look, apparently there was rumours saying Liverpool had no money. They just found 60-odd million to buy a new centre-back for next summer. I think we're going to have another big summer. I wouldn't be surprised if we spent 300 million again next summer. I really wouldn't be. Because the FFP thing's not going to be an issue. I was watching Kieran Maguire the other day talk about this, the financial guy. And he was saying, because Harvey Elliott only needs to play 3 more games for Villa now. And that 35 million bid will go through. And that probably will happen now because of Villa's injuries concerns there.
Yeah. They even came on today. They need him now.
Yeah. So Villa, that's going to be pure profit. Yeah. That's absolutely pure profit. We signed players from last season for pure profit as well. So going into next season, we have no restraints FFP-wise, 0. So we can spend another 250, 300 next summer.
Exactly.
But are we going to sacrifice though, Jay? That's the worry, isn't it? Like our good player. What if Salah goes? What if Ibu goes? Do you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden we're losing the quality to gain it back rather than building on top of it, and it's like we're doing it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, look, with Mo, if you told me I can get 50 million for almost a 34-year-old winger who's coming to the end of his career, I'm probably taking it. I
do hear it. I would prefer him to stay, but I can understand if Saudi offer us 40, 50 mil for a 34-year-old with 1 year left, you can't say no, can you really?
It's hard to turn down. And the problem is, we've already seen what Mo's like when he doesn't play. I mean, is that...
Yeah, he throws a strop.
Is he going to be understanding that he's at an age now we need to move on, or is Mo? It's just one of them players, you know, that have an ego on them because of the quality of player they are, and they just can't understand it and get to terms with it. So for that reason, he leaves. So I think he'll leave. I think Salah leaves in the summer for a bit of money. We use that. I don't think there's going to be much sales from top end guys. I think your Endos will go, your Stefan Bacetics will go. I could see Salah leaving. I think Joe Gomez might go low, and I think the only reason they might let go of Joe is just because injury after injury again this season. It's just not. They need reliable players, don't they?
Yeah,
so Joey's been here 11 years. He's been here 11 years as well. So
is this the last year of Joey's contract, or has he got one more year left?
He's got a year left.
Yeah. He's got another year. Yeah, they'll probably see it as one or two things will happen, which is obvious. I like, forgive me for stating the obvious. It will either be he's on a low wage and he is quality when he does play. So if he's like the 6th choice, just keep him in the squad and let him go for free. Or it will be someone who'll offer like 15 mil, like a Newcastle or someone like that, and they'll be like, do you know what? Let's take it. I think those are literally like Joey won't be an important member of next year if he stays. He'll literally be like the lowest level squad player. Do you know what I mean? So we don't have to rely on him at all, or they'll cash in on him. Yeah, it'll be one. Yeah, it'll be one of those two.
If they said to Joey at the end of the season, we got information towards the end of the season saying Joey's leaving at the end of the season, and he gets a good Anfield send off at the end of this season, I'll be happy with that.
I'll be very happy with that.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, no one deserves it more than him as well.
11-year servant to the football club, always be remembered. Can get a testimonial in the summer as well if you fancied it. You know, so
we've almost seen it grow up at Liverpool as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We have, bro. Was he 18 when we signed him, right?
So
Yeah.
I'm happy if I can see us selling them kind of players. So a Joey, a Stefan, a Chiesa, a Salah, an Endo. There's 5 right there. People probably get close to 100 million for all 5 of them, can't they? You know, and then when you take Salah's wages off it as well,
That's a lot.
you know, that's 400 grand a week you're saving there. I'm wondering now if they are waiting for Salah to go, I'm not staying, and then with Salah's wages, they give that to Kanate.
That's an option.
Possibly. Well, no, you'd have to give most of it to Elise. Elise's not going to come in for less than like 350.
Yeah, at least they want money as well. So I think I got this feeling Kanate, you know, when because all the quotes about Ibu is exactly the same way Virgil and Salah went all last season. And then out of blue, they just went bangers, just do it and get it done. I think Liverpool might, you know, because I got this feeling Liverpool, if they sign Kanate up and Virgil stays for another year, they might not actually buy another centre back.
Well, he's saying on the 25th of May, he's going to sign on his birthday. He's going to sign a new contract with Liverpool.
Well, if Liverpool keep Kanate, they keep Virgil for another year. Got Leone and Jeremy Jacquet. That's your 4 centre backs.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's your 4 centre backs. So I don't think Liverpool will go and buy another one. And then
in that scenario, I'd say we keep Joey.
And then maybe you keep Joey for 1 more year as that rotational player. Yeah.
Yeah, and
then
that's
5. That's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
that's
let him
perfect.
have a
I'm all right with
next
that.
season. I'm very happy with that.
I'm happy with that. That gives you solid options.
Exactly, man. And I think that's the main thing as well. That's the main thing, was just having options there. And look, obviously everyone knows that I wanted Schlotterbeck. I want us to get Schlotterbeck. I think he's a fantastic player. But if you're telling me that Kanate stays and we get Jacquet as well, I'll still be very happy with that. I'll still be very happy with that.
Well, for British Show apparently said that Jacquet got told he's going to be a crucial player next season. So he's going to play a lot of games.
And I think that's
here's the thing, Ram. We've got to, as Liverpool fans, we've got to acknowledge now that he's probably going to be Virgil's last year next season.
Yeah.
He's going to be 35, year left in his contract. Well, I think we've just got to come to that acknowledgement that going into his 35th, 36 years, probably going to be his last game at Liverpool. And he'll have a year in America, maybe to get his pension, and then he'll retire from football.
You know what? Even though you're probably bang on the money, Jay, the type of character that Virgil is, I wouldn't be surprised if Virgil would be willing to stick around and do like a Milner. I wouldn't be surprised, because he strikes me as the type of guy who's like, why would I go and start something new when I've already got something good going on? And at 35 years old, it's quite a big deal to go to a new club and have to like get used to it all over again and stuff. He might be willing to like be a bench player and only play 20 games, but still be the club he loves, you know, rather than moving on.
Liverpool. He does love
Liverpool. He adores Liverpool. I don't think he's got the ego like Mo, where like the bench would make him feel like he's like, it's beneath him, if that makes it. Like, I think Mo thinks the bench is beneath him. Like, how dare you put me on the bench? Are you out your mind? I don't think Virgil has that attitude. I could be wrong, but, you know, at 35, 36 years old, I think Virgil might be willing to be a squad player. Yeah, and that'll be even better, because then he can help Jacquet and Leone learn the way Baresi did for Maldini, and then the way Maldini did for Nestebal. Hang around and teach them, and they can learn from you.
The only you know what I mean? I agree. The only problem, like everyone says in the chat, is his wages, ain't it? He's on 350 a week. So
he's on 400, Virgil, isn't it? He's on 400.
So 400 a week, and his contract ends at the end of the 26-27 season, same as Mo's, don't it? So do you keep it? Does he agree to a
wage cut?
Like Milner did. Milner agreed to a wage cut at Liverpool at the end, didn't he? He took a wage cut and had an extra year. The Virgil agreed to like half his wages, 200 grand a week, take an extra year just to bench players. If he's all right with that, I'm all right with it.
Maybe
Saudi's the only place who'd get more money than that anyway. So unless he wants to go Saudi, he'd have to drop his wage demands no matter where he went.
Yeah, maybe give him a signing bonus as well, just to sweeten the deal.
I know.
Yeah.
I know Virgil's not been. This is probably Virgil's worst season. Yeah, and his worst season is still better than most centre backs around. To be fair to him,
Yeah.
Because the way defenders are today, all defenders are shit, if you ask me personally. But like, I don't put all that on Virgil's physical ability, though. It's the way we play. You know, we sacrifice Virgil and Canate to the lambs at times, don't we? To the slaughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, if they're
and it looks like a motivation issue, Jay. To me.
And most of the time, Virgil and Canate are playing with zero screen in front of them.
Yeah.
If you play Gabriel and Saliba with no screen in front of them, see how good they are.
Exactly. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Maldini said it best. You should never know how good a defender is at defending.
Yep.
That's true.
And you know what the truth? You know when the proof's going to be in the pudding, when Gabriel is absolutely shit at the World Cup, and then what's everyone going to say? Because I guarantee you, he doesn't have a good tournament for Brazil.
Or if he's carried by Marquinhos.
Yeah. Everyone forgets that Gabriel was classed as erratic, as a clown. When he first came to Arsenal.
The Bozo gene was running strong on him.
I think both of them are good defenders, but because of Arsenal manipulation and the agendas that have to run, everybody has hyped them up so much. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, if you put Virgil and Ibu in the defensive structure that Arsenal play with, they would actually look like Maldini and Baresi in their prime. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is how good it would be. Even at Virgil's age now, if you put him in that protective system, where his fullbacks are also centre-backs who know how to tuck in, he's got 2 DMs in front of him. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, you look at 2018-19, we have the joint third best defensive record in the Premier League era behind Arsenal and Chelsea back in the 90s and 04-05. Why is that? Because we had top class centre backs, but also our midfield did a lot of screening at the same time. That's why we only conceded 21 goals in the modern era is mad.
Yeah. And also, it's like keeping to a Golden Gloves, Like, Edison won a lot of Golden Gloves at Man City. He was never a better goalkeeper than a few goalkeepers in the league at keeping.
No.
It's just that he had a great defence in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not conceding shots, guess what? You're not scoring goals, are you? So you're keeping clean sheets. So I think they're good players. I think all these are good players. But I think if you put Virgil in Arsenal's team today, I don't think you see any difference in their defence.
It would be better.
Yeah, because you know, Virgil is just great, but he plays with no. Yeah,
even Ibu, Jay, I'm telling you, if you put Ibu in that protective system, he's better in the air than Saliba. The only thing Saliba is better than him at is on the ball. He's quicker than Saliba. He's stronger than Saliba. He's better in the air than Saliba. Saliba just looks more elegant. That's the only difference. That's the only thing why I think people get so gassed up on Saliba. So if you put Ibu in that Arsenal team, it'd improve as well, in my opinion. But maybe I'm being biased. I don't know.
No, I think it's a fair point. I think the one thing that we need to remember about Arsenal is that their defensive organization and structure is something to be admired with. I've always admired their defensively. They look so good because of how structurally sound they are. Whenever they are in transition, they never look out of place because of the fact that they are very good at organizing their defense. It's as simple as that. I never give them any criticism for that, none at all. But look, like for example, if you asked them to do what Hansi Flick asked of his defenders to do at Barca, will they be the same? For me, they won't. I don't think they will.
No. Well, Arsenal get caught in transition sometimes. And that would just happen more regularly if they played the way a Barca or a Liverpool play, innit? So, you know, remember what Man City did to them when they tried to play that high line in the first game of this? It was at the Etihad, right? No, it was at the Emirates. Do you remember how they even the Aston Villa game in the Emirates? I think a lot of people are forgetting that if Onana doesn't get injured, Villa win that game. You know, that 4-1 absolutely flattered Arsenal. Like, they were getting ran through. in that first half. And if Onana would have been available in the second half, I think the same would have continued and Villa would have minimum draw, but probably would have won the game. Like, they were running through that Arsenal midfield like it was nothing. And then they were getting in on the back foot. And if Ollie Watkins wasn't an Arsenal fan, they would have probably been 2 or 3-0 up by half-time.
100%.
So, you know what I mean? It's just one of them things, isn't it, where it's very easy in the moment to think something is what it is. But, you know, when it gets exposed, then people that try and do the revisionism. But I like to look ahead of the curve. And that Arsenal defence is good because of the structure, not the individuals. I don't think any of those individuals are amazing individuals.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to... one thing I would give Arteta, he defensively has got a good structure in the team. I'll give him credit for that. He knows how to do that. But that's him as a coach, though. That's what he is as a coach, though. Do you remember when he
that's
first
what he
came
was
to
as a player, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah. When he first came to Arsenal, I think people forget, when he first came to Arsenal, he didn't make him more attacking, he made him more defensive, didn't he? Straight away. He got him sitting back lower and, you know, the fullbacks, he likes his fullbacks to be more tight to their centre-backs so they make them more, you know, narrow, compact. It's the way he is as a manager. So, yeah, he's got that bit bang on. I'll give Arteta credit for that. He has him in a great defensive structure. They probably have the best defensive structure in Europe.
Yeah.
I would say that. It's just they can't attack.
Yeah. And Darth Callum, big up Darth Callum as always. He said it's here. They're so defensively orientated, they can't attack offensively well. Maybe that might be the case. I still think
that's why they only rely on set pieces, man.
Yeah, and maybe that's why they also lack a superstar up top.
Like, do you know we only scored 19 we only scored 19 set pieces last season, including penalties. I think Arsenal won 17 already.
Yeah,
bloody hell.
So
that's crazy.
Is Saka really that good, by the way?
No, I've always told everyone he's overhyped, but I was called a hater.
I just don't know what
he does.
Sorry, Jay. I've been sucked into the whole world class thing about being top 3 in this position. I'm going to stop it right there. Big up Nix, because we had a conversation about world class, and I think his definition is the perfect one. Example: in previous generations, the floor of world class ability, does that player get into it?
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about world class right wingers that were the floor of last generation, so who's an example?
Saka is not better than Rivalry or Robin.
He's not in that category. No.
I'm offended that his name even being put in the same conversation.
Is Saka better than? I'll give you one for right now today. Is Saka any better than Rafinha?
No. Rafinha. Jay, Rafinha's my guy, bro.
No,
Rafinha's better.
Yeah, Rafinha's. Yeah.
I mean,
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, look. Yeah, and again, people are gonna say I've got an agenda or I'm having a wild take. When he was at his prime, before all the injuries started happening, tell me what made Saka better than Gnabry. That Gnabry at Bayern Munich that didn't have injury issues going on. That electric player that was there. What is Saka even as good as that?
The best Gnabry is better than the best I've seen Saka play.
100%.
Exactly. And nobody ever once said that Gnabry was the best winger or this world-class winger. But for me, before those injuries started happening, he was at a higher level than what Saka's ever reached.
Saka ain't better than Elise?
No way. No way.
I think there's only 2 world-class right wingers in the world, and it's Elise and Yamal. That's it.
Yeah,
and Salah. I'm still going to put Salah in there.
And Salah.
Do you know? I think Saka's still. Does Salah actually, even as shit as Salah is now, is he still creating more than Saka in open play?
Probably.
I'm not entirely sure, but I wouldn't be surprised.
A lot of Saka's assists last season were corners, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. To be fair, Saka's created 43 chances this season, and Salah's on 38.
And Salah went to AFCON.
Yeah, so they're on the same 2.5 per 90.
And one's washed and one's world class, apparently.
Guess who has the same chances created as Saka, Jay?
Szoboszlai.
Dominic Soboslai. Yeah.
So
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. That's
And
what I'm
wingers,
There you
saying.
go.
And wingers are about creating chances. That's what a winger should be doing. That's their game, creating chances for other people.
I would if you gave me a choice, I genuinely would pick Semenyo over Saka, and I'm not being salty. I genuinely I think he's a better player. I would pick Semenyo over Saka.
I would as well.
I'm
Big up to
telling you,
Sander.
Arsenal manipulation, guys. I've said it for years. Arsenal manipulation is real. They convinced us Jesus was the best number 9 when they first bought him. They convinced us Zinchenko was the best left back in the league when they first bought him. They think Declan Rice is better than Steven Gerrard. That bro, the amount of agendas that Saliba is better than, bro. Raya is better than Alisson. Do you know how many agendas they've tried to run in the world, and somehow there are people who've paid attention to it?
Big up Northside, by the way. I don't know if anyone saw Northside video yesterday. Did you see it, Ram?
Yes, I saw that.
So Northside. So I can't remember the Arsenal fan. Is what's his name?
He says it perfectly. He says it perfectly about Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan's a very good goalkeeper.
Yeah,
but don't put him in the conversation with Alisson.
And then he said it about Ekatike. So Gyökeres, weren't it? So they went. So I can't remember the Arsenal fan. What's the Arsenal fan?
Is it Rory?
Rory, that's it, Rory. So
Yeah.
Rory got asked a question. He said Alisson or Raya, and he went without hesitation, didn't even breathe. He went, "Oh, it's 2026, Raya all day long." So what's 2026 got to do with it?
No, but this is what I'm saying, man. Like, why are these people allowed to just say these things, man?
No, but
and then he said Gyökeres. This is funny. He went, "Oh, Gyökeres over Ekatike because Gyökeres opened space up for everyone else."
Well, now we know that he was now we know that he was tired, or he was high, or he was on meth.
But the thing is, Drift. They all said the reason they hated Havertz is because he doesn't score enough goals and he just opens up play for everyone else, yeah? And that's why they didn't want Havertz. They all said in the summer, I'm sick of the Havertz thing. I want a goal scorer now. I want a striker who just scores goals. And because Gyökeres is not a very good goal scorer in England at the moment, but he defensively is good and opens up play for everyone else. That's the narrative they're running with.
And can somebody tell me what this play is he opens up for everyone else when their top goal scorer was own goals until Gyökeres got that jammy goal yesterday, and set pieces is the only way they score? So what play is he opening up? I've never heard. I'm telling you, Arsenal fans talk the most cucker fart you've ever heard in your life, and everybody just. Like, even this revisionism about Havertz, they're all excited he's back. You didn't even like him before he got injured.
Yeah. That's the
what
thing.
are we doing here?
But one thing I would say, and the Arsenal fans tried it last season with Raya and Alisson, and then Alisson had that game against PSG. Brother, they shut up quick. They did not speak. They couldn't speak about Alisson after that PSG, because PSG, even when like Buffon was telling me that it was telling us that was one of the greatest goalkeeper performances that he's seen in the Champions League history. That's when you know, just keep quiet. You got to keep quiet. The only thing he says is that would beat it is probably Courtois because that was in a final. This is a round of 16.
Yeah.
Do you know what would really derail Arsenal, Sergey? I'm just thinking about it. Do you know what would really derail Arsenal? And it's probably the only way they won't win the league. And I don't wish injuries on people, so like, God forbid it happens. But if they got a prolonged period of time injury between now and the end of the season to Rice and and Gabriel at the same time, so they didn't have their set piece taker and they didn't have their set piece scorer, do you know they'd actually be fucked? Like, do you know that they'd actually be fucked if Rice and Gabriel got like a 6-week injury at the same time, and they were missing for like 10 games in a row together at the same time? Do you know Arsenal would actually be crippled? Like, they would not know what on earth they would do it.
Well, they have lost another special player for them on set pieces now because Thingy's injured, ain't he? He's broke his foot.
Who?
What's his name? Spanish guy.
Moreno.
Oh, Moreno.
Yeah, he's broke his foot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's broken his
foot. Oh,
again.
shit.
He's probably going to miss the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. I don't wish injury on people. That's a shame.
And he gets a lot of goals for them, don't he? Like important goals.
Yeah.
He's quite clutch
Well,
for them.
now Havertz is back though. They'll be all right though, isn't it? Because he'll do the job up front that Moreno would have done.
Exactly the same job. They're the same profile.
Exactly the same job. But I'm telling you now, if they lost Rice and Gabriel for 5-6 weeks at the same time, like the injuries overlapped and they had to play like 10 games without both of them, they would not know. They'd be lost. They would absolutely be lost. They'd have no clue how to score. They'd have no clue how to attack the set piece. And once their set pieces fall apart, they would be absolutely fucked.
Yeah, man. Did you see that? Big up Ian Wright, yeah. Big up Mantis. Because someone said, his Rice is as good as Gerrard now. And Ian Wright even had to shut it down when to stop. You're doing too much.
Well, I'm glad because I've heard some of the pundits getting carried away with some of this stuff as well. So
there's a lot of people obviously born before, like
Steven Gerrard.
Not see Steve. I saw it. Do you remember that tweet I shared with you, Drift, where that Arsenal fan said we have to talk about it now? What is it that there's nothing Declan Rice that Steven Gerrard can do that Declan Rice can't? He's not better at. And then he went.
He said Declan Rice has revolutionised midfield.
No, there's not one thing Rice is better than Gerrard at. Can we stop this?
Well, Rice
revolutionised. But here's the crazy thing, though, guys. Because Gerrard is universally known as the greatest midfielder to ever play in the Premier League, and in my opinion, I think he's the greatest player to ever play in the Premier League. But I won't argue because Henry is who he is, right?
Yeah.
That means Declan Rice is the best midfielder to ever play in the Premier League. So Arsenal fans are trying to tell the world that Declan Rice is the best midfielder that has ever played in the Premier League.
Do you know if Declan Rice played with Stevie in his prime, Stevie would destroy him on the pitch.
But he would annihilate him. I even think like Paul Scholes would annihilate him. Like I'm never gonna lie.
Scholes to Gerrard and Lampard are elite levels.
How are we even having this conversation? Like, and you know what? Let's put Declan Rice in the conversation of the players he should be in with, because Gerrard's an insult, first of all, but stylistically they are different. Stevie did prefer to play higher up the pitch. Let's put him in a conversation with your Patrick Vieira's, with your Fernandinho's, with your Roy Keane, with your let's put him in all of those players shit all over Declan Rice. Like, what are we doing? Why do we let Arsenal even get us involved in these conversations?
It's because it's the era of football we're in now. We're in an elite level Sunday league, and he's perfect for it.
And they've got a player over at Man City right now that just won a fucking Ballon d'Or, and that's a level right there. And you're trying to put Rice up on his pedestal, and he can't even lace Rodri's boots.
Yeah,
and we want to start putting him in conversations with all these, like Essien, Makalele. Think of all the players that you can think of through time that Declan Rice isn't. He's not better than Fabinho. No. What on earth is this conversation that we let Arsenal fans drag us into?
Demo's a perfect one there. He's even better than James Milner.
He's not even better than Jordan Henderson.
Hendo's a baller, man.
You tell me what Declan Rice can do better than Jordan Henderson.
Can I give you guys another one? Is he even better than Ryan Gravenberch?
No.
His legacy.
The only thing, he's a better passer than Gravenberch. Other than that, what else is he better than Gravenberch?
If we're talking legacy, Gravenberch won a Premier League and he won Young Player of the Year and was nominated for Player of the Year, but Salah got ahead of him because he put up stupid numbers that season.
Yeah, it's
crazy, man.
The thing is, look, this year he's been excellent. I'll give Rice his credit. He's been very good this year.
Very good.
He's probably going to win Player of the Year, which tells you how shit the league is. He's probably going to win Player of the Year.
Yeah.
If Declan Rice, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, and Steven Gerrard were all playing at the same time in their peak level, Rice wouldn't even get an England cap.
No. Do you know who Rice would become in that scenario? In that scenario, Rice would become Gareth Barry.
No, because that's no. Do you know what he would be like? He would be Mikel Arteta in that Spanish team.
Yeah. There you go.
So you're telling me Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes should be having a lot more caps than he did. Owen Hargreaves, Michael Carrick. Bro, who else do we have in that? You know what?
He's not better than Michael Carrick. Carrick was a
he would take. You know what? He would take Scott Parker's place.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But that's the level. I think people think Declan Rice is 22 years of age or something, and he's 27.
27.
Yeah, this is like, I think people think like Declan's like 21, 22 coming through. He's 27 years of age.
Stevie started at 20.
Declan Rice is at the peak of his powers. He's never going to get any better than he is now as a footballer.
Yeah.
He's just, he's good for what the league is now, yeah? What the league is now, Declan's perfect for. You know, ball carrying, aggressive midfielder, box to box. He was good at West Ham as well, and he was good at Arsenal. And that's all right. He's all right. There's nothing wrong calling Declan Rice a good footballer. But people just go...
Yeah, but Arsenal have got insecurities, Jay, and they always need validation, and they've always got to, you know what I mean?
He's a good footballer, and he works well for Arsenal and the system he plays in. What makes me laugh, though, 10 years ago, when we're talking about Jordan Henderson doing what Declan Rice does now, we get laughed at. Everyone laughs at that. Oh, Jordan Henderson's not that good. What does Jordan Henderson what is he actually doing in this Liverpool midfield? You know, and when Jordan Henderson didn't play for us, no matter the quality players we had, we still missed Jordan Henderson's presence on the pitch, right? Even in our best Liverpool team under Klopp. And it's sort of the same with Declan at Arsenal. But if you compare Declan, if you tell Arsenal fans, it's a bit like Jordan Henderson, they'd go mental. They go mental. You go, he shits all over Jordan Henderson. It's like,
boys, if you add the context to the teams they play for, the situation that they're in, and the age that they're at now as well, I don't think you can really tell me Declan Rice is having a better season than Jordan Henderson and Xhaka now. Right now, Xhaka being 33 and Henderson being 34. If you look at the context of what's going on, I don't even do you think Declan Rice would go into that Sunderland team or that Brentford or that Brentford team, at their age and be able to do what they're doing now?
No.
And if you look at the catalogue of goals Hendo has, boy, the goals
I'm just saying, Hendo's 34 years old and he's gone into Brentford and been a part of kind of like a mini revolution. Like Brentford, are like 8th in the league or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
They're currently 7th in the league, 7th.
And I still don't think Declan Rice in the 3 years he's been at Arsenal has had a better season than the season Xhaka had before he left.
No. And I think...
Do you know what I mean? And I'm not even a Xhaka. I don't even think Xhaka is that great, but that season Xhaka had before he went Leverkusen was way better than any season that Rice has had since he got there. But for some reason, Declan Rice gets put in conversations with Steven Gerrard. Miss me out, man. I ain't got the energy for it anymore, man.
Big up Sandy. He says it here. Prime Hendo was a demon, an unbelievable player. He was, man. He was an unbelievable player for that 1920
You know what's crazy though, yeah? You know what's crazy, Sander? I hate the fact that there's even Liverpool fans that don't rate Hendo. I've never seen a player get less respect than Hendo, who deserves the respect. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, man.
I think the last year of his...
I've got some stats. So Declan Rice in 300 Premier League games has got 25 goals and 31 assists in the 300 games he's played. Jordan Henderson played 450 games in the Premier League. He's got 34 goals and 56 assists. So they're pretty much a very similar, like,
type of player.
Stat-wise. They're quite similar stat-wise. Obviously, 150 games more. In 150 games, do I see Rice probably overtaking Henderson's goal tally? Of 34 to his 25, 9 more goals. Yeah, of course I do. Assists though, 31 and 56. Got to remember, a lot of Declan Rice's assists are corners, set pieces.
I was just going to say that is a very telling stat, considering half of them assists are actually just he took the corner.
And Hendo's has a lot of open play assists because he did actually take set pieces, if I remember rightly. So
not to my knowledge, he didn't.
So because we had Trent there, didn't we? So yeah. And then before that, Stevie was there. So Stevie was taking the set pieces because he played a couple of years under Stevie, I think, didn't he?
I'm telling you now. Well. I will argue with anyone and their mum till the end of time. Declan Rice isn't better than Jordan Henderson. He's not. He's just not.
And Jordan Henderson played against harder defences back then as well.
And Jordan Henderson was a way better leader as well, which is an extra attribute.
I just
So
look. I say this all the time. I think we have a lot of very good footballers around at the moment, and people are just not happy having a very good footballer. They have to just overblow it and go over the top and convince you how great they are. If you're convincing me how great a footballer is, that means that player ain't actually that good, because I shouldn't need convincing.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's Arsenal manipulation, Jay, man. They do it all the time, bro. It's all they do. They manipulate everyone into trying to believe. They're so insecure. They need validation so badly about everything. Like, they have to be the best, have to be involved. 22 years with no trophy, because I'm not going to count 4 FA Cups, because if they want to laugh at the League Cup, then I'm not counting the FA Cup either. So 22 years with no trophies. They've had nothing to be relevant about. So that's why we still hear about the Invincibles, and that's why they try and squeeze their players into any conversation of they've got the best player, so it gives them some validation. Oh, we got the best goalkeeper, we got the best striker, we got the best winger. Like, but you ain't won shit. Yeah, but at least we got the best winger. Like, you know, like, they just have to force themselves into every scenario. But
well, it's like the last Liverpool-Arsenal game, yeah, Gravenberch bullied Declan Rice all game.
Yeah. So did McAllister.
Yeah, even
Jim, you don't even McAllister. You don't even rate McAllister.
McAllister ran past Declan Rice in that game.
Yeah. I'm saying, man, I think
they're good footballers. Just leave it as good, man. That's, you know what I'm saying.
Just don't ever bring up, like, we don't ever bring up Lamine Yamal. Well, some people do. They bring up Lamine Yamal with Messi, but like, the heir to Messi. Never compare him to Messi, bro.
There's no heir to Messi, man. Just you know what I mean? It's just,
let him be a prince at least. He can. That's the best. He's a prince. That's it. Nothing more. But Royal Blue, he was talking about Drifty wanting to say about Drifty saying that we got more poor than Chelsea. I hate to break it to you, Royal Blue. Fun fact: Alisson also rejected Chelsea to join Liverpool as well. It says it's been in the papers around. I can send you the links to it. Alisson was waiting.
Alisson spoke about it in his documentary. Yeah.
It was Chelsea. Chelsea was the other club that wanted him. Everything was agreed, but he told Chelsea, "I'm waiting for Liverpool. If Liverpool say no, I'll join." But they won't say no.
Cody turned down Man United for Liverpool. He even mentioned that, Cody himself, didn't he?
So did Gravenberch.
The only one we like, obviously, is the youngster that went to Man United, who apparently turned down Real Madrid. But the young centre back, what was his name? Drift, who mentioned him earlier.
Yeah, Lemmy Euro.
Yeah. Apparently turned down Real Madrid. Yeah, like, then you realise how much and then we found out how much Man United were paying him, and it's like,
well, this is the thing. Like, big up to Chelsea, because Chelsea obviously have, bundled their way into the conversation in the last 2 decades. But Chelsea only beat you to a player because they pay more money. Chelsea don't beat you to a player because people want to go and play for the club. With all due respect, they just go there because you pay more money. Hazard is the perfect example. Hazard literally just went to Chelsea for the money over Man United because they were there. Yeah. And they were paying more money. Robin went to Chelsea because they were paying more money than Man United. That was when Abramovich had no limit to what he could spend. Do you remember? It's always just been money with Chelsea. So with all due respect to Chelsea, I think one thing they can't do is act like their club has pulled outside of finance. Like, nobody goes to Chelsea for any other reason but financial gain. Like, that's it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think Chelsea are a big club like that.
Because no, they're not.
Chelsea, like, if Liverpool, Man United or Arsenal spent the amount of money Chelsea had done in the last 3 years and not been successful, it'd be everywhere in the media, wouldn't it? Everyone would talk about it. No one really talks about it with Chelsea. They don't really. It's not really spoken about.
Am I wrong in thinking that Chelsea only had 3 league titles before Abramovich bought them?
One.
Yeah. Was
it one?
Yeah,
one.
in the 2000s. So since when Abramovich took Chelsea over, Chelsea were the most successful club in England, because the amount of trophies they won under Roman.
Yeah. I think they're the most successful team in the last 2 decades, right?
Yeah. Because of the Roman money, they had limitless money. There was there was no FFP or anything that stopped you spending. He could spend whatever he wanted. It was his cash. No one could stop him. So if Roman really wanted a player back then, he just got him.
Example, Andrei Shevchenko.
Yeah, no one could have stopped him.
Shevchenko was £35 million they bought him for.
And that's when Man United started to struggle, because Man United couldn't compete with Chelsea.
and the only way they could compete is by signing young players like Ronaldo and Rooney, and hope to God they become the best players in the world, and they did.
And they did, yeah, and they did.
So
yeah. Roman was no matter what Roman did in his personal life with why he had to leave Chelsea, but he was a good owner for Chelsea. You know,
remember they had so much money, that they paid 50 million for Mewtwo. He took drugs and they just got rid of him. Like they just like. Do you know how much money 50 million was back in the day?
Yeah. And they got Cashman as well to replace him.
Yeah, and then just dashed him away after a year when it proved that he could only do it in the Dutch league.
Oh, so Fabrizio has tweeted and said Liverpool are trying to buy AZ Alkmaar midfielder Keith Smith.
What, in this window?
There is set to be a big battle for the 20-year-old this summer.
Oh God, more summer shit.
A lot of people are saying this guy's a real deal. You know, Real Madrid apparently want him as well.
Yeah, but I want proven now. I want proven players.
He's making me. Well, if he's there as an Endo replacement, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but it's also Jay is.
I don't know nothing about him.
He reminds me of Marco Van. If anyone knows of Marco Van Ginkel, you know. Like he just reminds me of him. He's a baller.
Everyone in the comment, everyone in Fabrizio's comments say he reminds everyone of De Bruyne.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
That's what everyone says. Fabrizio's comments, he reminds me of De Bruyne.
I think the very best he can be is probably Schweinsteiger, which is a very, very, very good level. But that's the absolute max he can be.
You know, there's a certain German that's free in the summer, yeah.
Leon Goretzka.
Yeah.
No, man, we don't need an old timer at the
club.
club.
Old now. He's too. If it was 7 years ago, Jay, 100%.
How old is he? 30.
Got to be 30.
No, he's got to be older than
that. He's got to be more than that.
It's easy older. Time flow by, is it?
Yeah, he's turning 30. He's turning 31 in a couple of days.
Oh, so he's 30. So I was right.
Yeah, he's 30.
I thought he was older than that. He runs like he's older than that. Jesus.
Give me Leon Goretzka as Endo's replacement, man.
Yeah, I'll take that. But that means Goretzka would have to come Liverpool willing to be 7th choice. There's no way he'd do that.
He's not going to do that. He's probably going to go back to Schalke. He's probably going back to Schalke as well.
A lot of Germans, when they get older, go back to their original club in Germany, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
It's quite the thing they do, innit?
Big up South Asian Scouser. Ram only wanted Vuskovic. That's a lie. It's a lie. I said if we're going to Tottenham, the only player I get from Tottenham is not Mickey van der Ven, it's Vuskovic.
Guys, that Tottenham Man City game, we're going to smash Man City on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna bend them over with no lube. It's gonna be crazy.
If they pay that high line against Wirtz and Ekatike, I think we beat them comfortably.
We're going to smash the life out of them. I'm telling you from now, we're gonna beat Man City 3-0.
Guys, you're ruining the preview, bro. You're ruining the preview.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving it. We're going to smash the life out of Man City.
I know a lot of people talk about Liverpool's midfield this season, right, and defence, and rightly so, right. Tell you, Man City's ain't much better. Ain't much better. People walk through their team, and Rodri's legs are gone, man. People just need to.
I think I've come to the conclusion with that. I think Rodri's just not the same anymore. He's not the same.
Unfortunately, he's had the wrong end of the ACL situation where, you know what? Maybe next season he might be all right. Because remember, this is his first season after recovery, which is a real big season for anyone who's had that injury. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone can come back and be good straight away after an ACL. So it is a little bit harsh for people to say he's finished, but he's definitely got a long way to get back to being what he was.
Yeah, but the problem is
Rodri will be 30 in June. He'd be 30 in June, Rodri.
The problem with that drift is that compared to Van Dijk, right, which I think a lot of City fans were hoping would be the same like Van Dijk. Van Dijk was a physical specimen, as in like he was 6'4", but he had so much pace and so much strength. Like he could, even though he lost a little bit of pace, he would still be able to catch up with quite a lot of players in the world.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Rodri was never blessed like that. Is more technical ability, understanding of the game. Had a little bit of recovery pace to get about the pitch, but never was.
No, Rodri's always been slow, Ram. He's always been slow.
Yeah.
So you're right. It was more about his reading of the game, and He was a little bit like Flacco in that way, innit? Like he didn't have the pace. It was more about being intelligent and
This Kiva Savakol, right? He needs to stop talking about Liverpool transfers. So this was 24 hours ago, yeah? Well, this was the 27th of Jan, and then there's another one 24 hours ago. But this was 27th. Jeremy Jacquet has expressed his preference is joining Chelsea despite interest from other clubs. Talks on game between Rennes and Chelsea about a deal for the 20-year-old centre-back. Ideally, Rennes want to keep him till the summer, not an easy deal in January. And then yesterday on Sky Sports News, he still went on about he only wants Chelsea. He hasn't tweeted today at all. Do you remember in the summer as well when he said Liverpool have no interest in Wirtz as well? He said exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just
Liverpool
like
have no interest in Wirtz. And then when we bought Ekitike, he said Liverpool have no interest in Isaac. Now they got Ekitike either.
he even tried to do the wrong and strong with Wirtz, because even when what's his name, Uli Hoeneß came out and said,
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. It was Liverpool that you were talking about. It wasn't City. It was always Liverpool. He still denied it.
And then he told Klopp to fuck off and stop watching football, didn't he?
Yeah, that literally is just. I don't have enough time for that guy, bro. I don't have enough time for that man. But big up yours. Appreciate everyone that's been in the chat. 300 people still here. I appreciate every single one of you. We are nearing the end. It's 2 hours. I was expecting only an hour and a bit.
I think just asleep.
Yeah, drifted
slowly. I'm gonna fall asleep on camera if I don't go, bro.
Yeah, it was lucky that you sort of lagged. The thing lagged, so it looked like you were sleeping. But nah. Big up, everyone. Big up yours for mentions. 100 likes. Big up the man. Congratulations to Ram on the first 100 likes. I appreciate it. It is my first 100 likes. I appreciate it.
Big up, Ram.
Big up, man. Big up, man.
Appreciate the raid as well, bro. Mo, I appreciate your raid earlier today as well. Many more to come, bro. So hopefully, praying, God willingly, it will be as well. I appreciate Drifty for jumping on at this late hour. Jamie as well. I appreciate you jumping on as well, my brother. What's it called? Fabrizio, please, if you can, just notify us 2 hours earlier. I don't like doing these late night streams, but other than that, I appreciate everyone being here. Big up everyone that's in the chat. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe if you're new. On the road to 1,000, much more content will come out. Liverpool versus Man City preview will also be coming out as well very, very soon. Drifty, anything you want to shout out before we head out?
No, I think tomorrow will probably be a busy day in general, with it being deadline day. I might do a deadline show on my channel a few hours before we obviously have the normal Monday night show, but that will depend on if like other teams are doing anything worth it. So maybe look out, there may be a show I'll do at some point tomorrow on my channel. Other than that, just the Monday night show and obviously our morning show. That'll be the two. So yeah, and big up the chat, man.
This is something we'll talk about tomorrow, bro.
You talk about Dharma. Oh, yeah, we had that chat.
You have to talk about Dharma. Did you got to talk about Dharma tomorrow, bro?
Someone told me you sang a Man United song or something.
No, I just said United because I made a bet with a Man U fan, and I'm a man of my word. And I said if Man United beat Arsenal, I'll say it, and they beat them, so I said it. It's fine if people want to keep it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a bit childish to still be going on about it a week later, but all right.
I got messages about it. I was like, I don't know. I never knew anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like people don't know what making a bet means.
Yeah, Drifty, guess who told me? It was Neeks who told me. Drifty's officially become a United fan.
If people want to believe that, it's up to them.
I respect anyone.
Big up, bro.
The only thing I wouldn't do in terms of betting is wear a Man United shirt. That's the only bet I would never do. Anything else?
Hang on. All you done was sing the song because you lost the bet.
Yeah.
It wasn't even. It was a chant. It's exactly the same where we've mocked Chelsea and said Chelsea. Like, who gives a shit? But it's fine if people want to cry about it.
So you didn't do nothing. There's nothing.
No, I said United 3 times, and apparently that means I'm a Man United fan. Oh, okay.
You're drifting.
No, but that's why water's off a duck back, Jay. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. And like I said, I'm a man of honor. If I make a bet, then I'll honor the bet. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't think Man United would beat Arsenal. They did. Fair play to them. You know what I mean? Fair play to them.
100%.
Their jammies back as well, by the way. Did you see how they won today? Lord have
mercy. I saw it, bro. I saw it.
Offside goal.
So, no, that was corruption. We witness corruption every week, and we just can't do anything about it.
No,
we just can't do anything about it. It's crazy.
It's crazy, but what can you do, man?
The PGML are moving like Donald Trump, bruv.
Did you see Real Madrid's penalty?
God, bruv.
Oh no, Sammy's in the chat, bro. Sammy's in the chat. He's gonna start.
Me and Sammy have already argued about this. That wasn't a penalty in the slightest.
No.
He actually got the ball.
Yeah.
Crazy. But this is what teams like Real Madrid, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, that's what these teams, Man City, these teams always get referees helping them, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Jay, do you have anything coming up on your channel? Must be something coming up on your channel. Any gaming stuff? Gaming stuff?
No, so I've just bought that thingy card, the capture card. I just bought a capture card. So once I've learned how to do it, I'll get going. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're getting everyone on the gaming thing, bro. And obviously every Friday night, this time we'll be on Drifty TV. We'll be doing a gaming stream as well. So do stay tuned to that as well. We still need to figure out a game we have to play Drifty. Just letting you know.
We do. Ram, before we go, even though I'm falling asleep, in honor of the chat asking me to bring it up again, because I did on Jay's channel, we just watched West Ham get Adama Traore for £1 million. Yeah. In today's market, that's like a Snickers.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Liverpool shouldn't have tried to do a loan deal with him until the end of the season?
I'm playing right back.
No, bruv, to have cover for Salah. Would you have not took Adama on loan to the end of the season to cover Salah or Gakpo?
Nah, if he was to play right back, then maybe.
I think everybody's sleeping on how dangerous that guy can be, man.
Jay, what did you say? Jay, what did you say?
Oh, I told you it ain't for me, but I understand where Drift's coming from. But
I would take him out right back.
I just watched I keep watching the thing when Pedro shit himself when he.
Oh God, no, I'm sorry, Drift. I know you love Adama, but that was jokes, bro. That was just the way.
No. You know what? I understand why Pedro shit himself, but the bit that people keep just acting like didn't happen and they're just talking about Pedro is the fact that he threw Cucurella like a toddler.
I know, it's crazy, wasn't it?
Like he actually picked up Cucurella and threw him like Jazzy Jeff in Fresh. It was crazy.
Drift. We know. I've always said this. Cucurella is a bitch. He's a
no, but bro, I don't even think there's anything he could do about it. Adama is a unit, bro. It was. You know what I mean? I saw Adama handle Bassi in the dressing room twice, bro. Yeah. And Bassi is a unit, bro. What did Cucurella think he was going to do? Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no chance, bro.
Nothing.
That was insane,
man.
bro.
It was funny, man. It was so funny.
Ah, bro, it was hilarious, bro.
I appreciate everyone here. I'm going to end it here. I think Drifty needs to go sleep. I need to go sleep. Jamie needs to go sleep.
I'll play FIFA. I'm good.
Jamie's already sorted with the FIFA, so I'm gonna let him do it. But I appreciate everyone in here. We will be back. We will be back at some point for the Liverpool. No. I'll actually might do some gaming streaming. So I'll be back for the gaming streaming as soon as people do. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already to get updated with any content coming out from my channel. But 250 people of you here. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next stream. Peace.
Peace out, people.